Hello, everyone. Welcome to Big COC Energy. I'm Zraitor, your host. Our offering for episode 34 is The Delta Green Scenario Whereabouts Unknown by Brett Kramer. Whereabouts Unknown, 1994. Several months after their brush with the unnatural, Richard, Judith, and Mariela are now proper Delta Green agents who are about to get their first mission. Starring EeiddKlabe as Mariela Godinez. Eerie Lunarose as the handler. Alistair as Judith Henson. And finally, myself, Zraitor, as Richard Sappington.
All right. I am once again your handler, Eerie. We're playing Delta Green, whereabouts unknown. But before we go into our new little scenario that we're going to drag our agents into this evening, we have some bookkeeping to do from puppet shows and shadow plays. So before we go into whatever else the agents choose to do with their life, you did kill something unnatural. You all gain 1 SAN, which probably all lost more than 1 SAN over the course of your last adventure, but you all gain 1 SAN. So
Yay.
let's do that as bookkeeping before we start.
Okay.
And then we're going to take a look at what has befallen our agents in the interim after the events of their first case in dealing with something unnatural. And you were contacted by Miss Green in the immediate aftermath of what had happened out on the res in San Carlos. But she does follow up with each of you after that, like individually, after you have had time to, get out of the hospital in some cases and etc. To get your full report on everything that you saw and experienced that was strange, just so that Delta Green is aware. Because as much as she was following you, she was not there for, what happened in those caves, etc. Does anyone hold anything back from your handler when she does talk to you?
No, I would tell her everything.
Okay, so you give her all the details.
I wouldn't say she would hold anything. I think she would have a difficult time holding anything back because she wants to process it. So she probably just divulges.
And this would happen like just a few weeks after, like within a couple of weeks or within at least a month of what you had experienced, so that she can get, any details that you had.
I'd probably go on a little too long about the coyote turds too and get on her nerves.
What about Judith?
I think she would actually be quite like strangely so for her, but she was shaken by the event, and so she gave information when asked, but she doesn't say much. She stay very silent most of the time, just what is necessary, basically.
Okay. So you don't volunteer anything, but you'll fill her in on whatever she specifically asks about?
Basically, yeah, and things that she consider logical to say based on a question. She's not doing very well after the case, so she tries.
She's a little paranoid.
Yeah, and she isolates a bit. So if you have something, she say. If you don't, well, you get no info.
You probably get the sense then that you're like corroborating a lot of what Sappington said to her in a talk with her of his own.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular that each of you would like ask her about? Like, is there a burning question that you had?
Yeah, what the heck was that thing I found in the cave, the circular not egg thing?
Miss Green will say, we don't know really. but we think it was alien in origin. That's about all I can tell you. The people who took it, that's the sort of thing they're into.
And are we gonna come up against these people again?
You should try not to. And she looks very serious when she says that.
All right.
Judith doesn't ask question, to be fair. She has too much. She doesn't know what to think.
What would Mariela say to Miss Green when she asks if you have, any particular questions that I can follow up for you?
No questions. As long as more work is going to reveal more answers, then I'm in for whatever it is.
Okay. She will tell you because you had asked when you met her with her at the hospital, if she or one of her people were the coyote, which she seemed completely taken aback by, she will tell you in your interview, by the way, we're trying to look into this whole coyote thing, but that's not really my particular background area. But I will let you know if we come across anything. There's nothing in what I know or what my contacts from this immediate area know that says anything about a coyote spirit actually being involved with the Apache people, like a force that thinks it is the coyote spirit or that claims to be. So that's something new as far as I know. The one thing I would say is be very, very careful. Anything that is the unnatural is not to be trusted.
I think Mariela is trying to be professional. She doesn't want to seem like she's being emotionally motivated, and she doesn't want to be emotionally manipulated. But I don't think that she can hide her excitement at all when she goes, "Thank you, Mrs. Green."
Yeah, you do get the impression from her, Mariela, that she's 100%. If it's unnatural, it's always bad. So take that however you will. So that's the first thing that happens in terms of like time moving onward. Then you are not contacted for several months. So this is where we get into what are the agents doing in this time between. So I guess we'll go with, you know what? Let's go with Judith first.
All right. So Judith was greatly impacted by what happened. She's curious about it, but at the same time, she feels like she's disconnected from reality. So she's going back to nature, and she isolates in a cabin that's owned by her friend from college, Jack Walker. He's the only person she keeps in touch basically during that time because he owns the cabin, and so she doesn't give much information to her grandmother, to her mentor, and everything. They're kind of worried, but Jack kind of does don't worry, she's fine. She's at my cabin over there, and she just doesn't talk to anyone. She stays isolated, secluded, and she does a lot of thinking, but doesn't come up with any. She wants to find a logical explanation for what happened, but obviously there's none. So she's not doing any better at the end, I think. Just a bit more relaxed, I guess.
Well, let's see. Let's see if this helps her at all. So, first of all, while you are away, someone in your life is feeling neglected. So, which bond of Judith are we reducing by one?
Unfortunately, our grandmother seems like the most logical.
Okay.
So, yep.
So while you're away, maybe she needs help. She's been relying on you for some things, and you're just not there because you're off getting back to nature. So reduce that by one, and now Judith gets to roll sanity.
So a 4, right? Wait.
You just reduce the bond by one only.
Yeah. But
Yep.
for sanity, it's a 4, right? 1d for san. Okay.
You have to roll san first and see if you succeed or fail.
I did a 20.
A 20? Okay. And what was your current san at the end of the scenario +1, for the getting 1
61.
san back? Okay, so you had 61, you rolled a 20. Okay. So that is, yes, you get to roll a d4 san that you get back for being off on your own.
And I got a 2.
All right. So you've gained 2 more san back from your time out in nature. Perhaps, like in terms of like how this affects you, I would say that you're out in nature, everything seems very normal. The real world is the real world. You're taking some time off from the office, none of that is weighing on you. So yeah, I think relaxed is good, and probably, a little less paranoid when you get back than maybe you
That
would
would be
before.
nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Excellent. Well, that's one successful home scene there. Not at home. Let's look in on the other agents. All right. How's Mariela doing?
Okay, so I would like Mariela to be digging into the case some more.
All right. Yeah, so you said you were thinking about following up on the coyote angle, right?
Yeah, she wants to spend some more time around the native population in their, as much as permitted in their community. She wants to spend time with spiritual individuals so she can learn about the coyote. She feels as though she may have been chosen by this spirit and wants to know more because the chief was not able to give her much to go on. And I think that she probably irresponsibly and against all of her better judgment probably took like 2 weeks off work. And when she came back to work, she's probably so distracted all the time that maybe her boss said, "Why don't you take some more time off until you figure out, what the hell's going on? You're young, get over it, and then come back when your head's straight." And I think that right now, she thinks that that's what she's doing.
All right. So quick question. Does Mariela have either criminology or occult?
That's a good question. I don't believe she has a cult at all, but I think she might have some criminology. She's only got the starting 10 in criminology.
Okay, so this will be interesting here.
And a cult is 2, which is the starting.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Am I supposed to roll first?
No, I roll for you. And then I tell you what happens. Okay. So Mariela is hanging around the res, and you feel pretty welcome there, despite the fact that you're looking into things that are very strange and asking probably some odd questions. You said you go back and talk to like the people that you were involved with on the case.
Yeah, I would imagine she probably visits the alpaca farmer and spends time around there trying to, maybe under the guise of just having dinner and meeting people, but she's trying to be in the environments and maybe uncover more evidence or clues because she's kind of grasping at straws.
Okay. Let's see here. I think that you get into a conversation with John Rope about like the nature of real coyotes. And you become absolutely convinced that the coyote that you saw during the case was not a real coyote at all. Like he is willing to sit there and jaw with you, especially if you're helping him feed his alpacas. And he will just tell you, stories about coyotes that he's seen, and he just talks with you a long while. You become absolutely convinced that this coyote was not a real coyote, despite all appearances and evidence, that you saw that it was a physical real animal. But you're like, that may be, but it wasn't a real coyote. It was, but it wasn't.
Right,
So
physical Skinwalker is physical.
Yeah, so and then you start seeing coyotes occasionally, and they just seem to be watching you.
Oh,
Yeah. Like they never approach you, they never come close, they never do anything that doesn't look like a coyote, but you are like hyper aware of coyotes now.
right. So
And
see him.
yeah, you kind of see them everywhere, and you kind of think that maybe you have been chosen by the coyote. So, but you don't learn anything about the coyote spirit in your investigation with the people on the res and whatnot that tells you anything that points you in a direction. You only know, and if you were to ask Chief Colorados again, he just tells you like, no, I'm not, no, I don't, I don't know anything about that. I'm not talking about those things. He's very reluctant to go into anything having to do with the supernatural. But if pressed, he would reiterate to you again that Coyote is a trickster and not to be trusted.
Yeah, I think I'd leave him alone. He's made it pretty
Yeah.
clear that he's not interested and probably has nothing. But even if he does, he, for whatever reason, maybe for the public perception or something, he wants to be seen as rational, not, spiritual or something. So I'll leave this thing. But yeah, I think I would probably start creating almost like a cryptozoological file about what I'm seeing these coyotes doing and comparing it to what regular coyotes do. And I'm just convincing myself more and more that these are perhaps altered physical forms, or maybe they're impressing themselves on my mind so much that I simply believe them to be real.
Yeah.
Perceive them as though they're real, but nobody else does, which means they're spiritual.
All right, so now you roll a d6. And so you're going to gain or lose a d6 minus 3 sand.
Okay, so I got -1.
So you lose 1 sand in your obsessing over what the coyote means, and specifically what it means for you. Why is it always you that sees coyote things?
Okay.
Because you just see them everywhere now. All right. And then last but not least, we will go to Agent Sappington. What is Richard doing during his time? I mean, other than recuperating in the hospital.
Yeah, I was laying recuperating from getting shot twice on my last mission, and I imagine Chief Colorado's came around a few times, and he might have said something like, we'll do something or I'll show you around properly, and I attempted to take him up on that and establish him as a new bond.
All right, definitely. Yeah, no, he's down with that. He definitely, again, doesn't seem inclined to discuss the weirder aspects of the case that you've all just been through, but he's definitely happy to show you around the res. He's welcoming. He appreciates, how you guys handled everything in terms of like his people and being respectful. So he's happy to make friends,
Yeah, I
at
saw him
least
as
initially.
like
So
I saw
yeah.
him as like a real leader. He's like, you say like, oh, he's supposed to do this, but no, I know that's not true. People don't always do what they're supposed to do. Chief Colorados seemed like the real deal, and I respected that.
Mm-hmm. All right. So if you're trying to establish a bond, you're gonna roll a charisma test for me.
Oh dear. Oh, charisma don't fail me now. 36 under 65.
All right. Excellent. So that means you have a bond now with Chief Colorados. The bond's score is equal to half of your charisma rounded up.
Nice.
Your base charisma score, not your
So
charisma times 5.
13, so it'd be 7.
Mm-hmm. And then, unfortunately, all this time away, that you are spending recuperating, and you're staying in the hospital that's near the res, and then you're afterwards, before you return to work, taking some time and just kind of hanging around this San Carlos reservation rather than going back to Phoenix and your normal responsibilities. You're ending up neglecting someone in your real life that is not the chief, as you're making friends with the chief. So
Yeah.
which one of those bonds is suffering in your time away?
What makes the most sense is Warren Price, who was the pastor that I talked to at a church I go to. It probably would have been very difficult for me to go there, and we're probably not like phone call buddies, I don't think.
Yeah, that's true. That makes
Reduce them by
sense.
one.
Plus, maybe you're questioning some of what leads you to, engage with him and his community at this point.
Yeah, I don't really believe in God. I go for the community, so that part of it wouldn't be too big of a deal for Richard,
But yeah, you've just been absent for a while then. All right. Okay. So now it has been several months since you were last contacted by this strange lady called Miss Green. And then you all get something in the mail. It doesn't seem to come from anyone in specific. It initially seems like it might be a like a business, like a business thing that has contacted you. But there's a little green triangle on the envelope that makes you all want to open it. It seems out of place. So when you open the envelope, you see inside a flyer for a new EG's that is opening just outside of Phoenix, and a coupon for a free burger, and then written underneath, the flyer where it says, what the address of the burger place is. There is a date and time, and you each have a coupon for a free burger and a meeting point at a specific date and time. So I guess the question is, would you all show up?
Absolutely, 100%.
Oh, I'd go immediately. I wouldn't even hesitate.
I would go, but on the day and time, Judith will stay in her car, but like from vantage points where she can look perhaps at the windows and something like that. She wouldn't arrive precisely on time, I guess. She stays, even though she went to nature, she stays paranoid with the letter.
So at this point, though, you guys would be back to, I assume whatever your normal work would be.
Mm.
Mariela, this may have actually been like brought out to you in your work, out in the middle of nowhere. We're getting into the winter months though, so perhaps you're not. Perhaps you're out of rotation at this point.
Yeah.
Perhaps you're not out in the middle of nowhere, as it's getting to the winter months and parks are closing up more or less.
Yeah. And so she probably wouldn't have been the first person chosen to go get locked up in at a ranger station for several months, potentially.
Right. Yeah, at this particular point, you're probably not volunteering to be.
She wouldn't volunteer, and she's also not top of the list as far as like everyone's ability, like a confidence in her, because of all the time that she's taken off work.
Yeah.
And so because of that, she most likely, we didn't really talk about it, but her bond damage would be with Sam most likely.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah,
he's not only they were struggling, as friends or whatever, but now she's not even at work, and then her free time is all dedicated toward this research. So she's basically just been blowing him off time and time again.
Yeah, and so Sam's like, well, fine, I'm gonna take him. So he's the one holed up in a station somewhere, getting to, do nothing but read books and occasionally look around.
Probably his dream.
Yeah. Makes him happy. All right. So the two of you are partners at work. Do you guys immediately, contact each other after you get a contact from Miss Green? I guess that's a question we should establish. Are you sharing these, like your interview after the fact? Do you tell, Judith? Do you tell Richard? Richard, do you tell Judith that you've had contact with Miss Green? Do you, flag, hey, I got a weird letter. Did you get a weird letter too?
I would not only tell Judith, I would show her the letter. I would keep an open, honest dialogue with her. We are partners often, so There's no reason. For me, this is just one more step into the partnership.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't hide from Richard, but what I would hide is the fact that I'm paranoid about all of this. I would try to play it off, but I would stay professional and all that stuff.
Yeah, okay. So you guys know that you both got something really odd in the mail, so therefore you probably can guess further. Like you have a further, clue that this is probably something from your handler. All right. So as you all roll up to this EG's, a newer EG's on the outskirts of Phoenix, you see a familiar, set of black dreadlocks jamming out in the parking lot on a Walkman with a burger in her hand as you roll up in your cars.
I'll just step out of the car.
She's dressed in a very fashionable tracksuit. She waves to you like you guys are old friends. She is very exuberant.
You coming along, Judith?
Hesitatingly. I will stay kind of back. I'm not taking any lead for now. So I'm observing a lot, not really following.
What I see Mariel in her big truck. I don't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah, she definitely had the 4-wheel drive. I forgot exactly.
Yeah, it says Forest Service on it, but it's fine. It is your work vehicle, yeah. I assume that she's probably not dressed for work though at this point.
Yeah, I would imagine probably not. Although she may still be wearing sort of boots, pants, the kind of thing that she would wear for her uniform, but it's her clothes instead. She's big on kind of, preparedness. And so, when she gets a mystery letter, like she's thinking like, okay, yeah, like I need to be ready for anything. Running, jumping, climbing a fence.
I imagine Mariel is just like us. She's always wearing her outfit, and we're always in her agent uniform, no matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah, you're probably surprised to see Mariela in anything besides, like a Ranger's uniform.
A Ranger hat on in bed, just always.
Yeah, so she waves exuberantly, and I assume you all come over rather hesitantly, especially
I'll walk over
two of you are probably like still sort of like you probably just like always look like agents.
Yes, I have my full agent outfit on all the
time. Like even when you try to dress down, you probably still look like
that's I'm at home with the outfits on.
Yeah.
When he's casual, it's a charcoal suit.
Oh, hey, you really need to try the burgers. They are delicious.
Well, apparently I do have a free coupon for one.
You do? Are you going to use it? Do you want to get food first?
Actually, yeah, I kind of do want to use it.
She will wait for you to get food.
All right, I will walk inside, leaving the other two out. I walk up and order a hamburger.
This is a very normal interaction inside. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say is the business is open and everything, right?
Yeah, it's open. Okay. It's a newer one, so it's kind of shiny and new. They're relatively busy. They're not in like, the heart of the city, so they're not as busy as like, something new that would open downtown. But there's several EGs already in Phoenix.
All right, then I attempt to get my burger, however long it takes.
Yep. And you said Mariela's getting one too?
Yeah, Mariela will definitely cash in said coupon. Free meal.
What about Judith?
Yeah, she can't say no to food, so.
Okay. As you come back out with your burgers, she's like, yeah, this just makes it look way more casual if we're all eating. But yeah, good burgers. Enjoy the free food. So how is everybody doing?
I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm recovered from my incidents.
Excellent. I'm glad that you're feeling better in good health. We seem to have a job for you. Yep. So something has come up that's kind of right up your alley, FBI agents, and might even have, something for the expertise of of our dear forest ranger here, depending on what you find or don't. So here's what you need to know. We have a lot of people we would describe as friendlies of our organization. They play a pretty critical role in our attempts to deal with unnatural shit. Because we can't be everywhere. There's not so many of us, and what we do is very dangerous, as you hopefully have, been impressed upon by my words so far. There's a particular friendly called Migdalia Valadares. She's an associate professor of maths at the University of New Mexico Gallup. We contacted her first about 8 years ago, and she was very helpful. She had useful skills. She helped point us in the right direction. We had a few subsequent encounters with her where she was put to use as a field resource. She helped us with some very strange math-related problems. And everything seemed good. She was very steady. Our last contact with her was about 2 years ago. She was assisting us in decrypting an untitled 18th century text within which there were some very strange mathematical theorems. And then we hadn't, been in touch with her. The first we caught wind of a problem was about 3 weeks ago. Her family reported her missing. We obviously, we flagged that because we keep an eye out for, names that are related to our work. We've been slow rolling this as much as we can because of her affiliation with us. And our contacts in Utah State Police gave us some basic background. We found out a couple of months ago she went on sabbatical from the college to finish a research project. Some talking with her colleagues revealed that she has recently become extremely committed to proving some wild theorems, some really out there stuff that to them didn't seem to follow any sort of sense. So that was a red flag. And she's been missing about 3 weeks. We didn't have any way to step in more directly until now, because we have just gotten word the other day that a credit card of hers was used in Arizona. It's a small town out near the border, near New Mexico. And we think that she may be holed up at a motel called the Shirley Motel. It's a little place out in the middle of nowhere. And she ordered a pizza, and that's the first her card has been used since she left and went missing. Which might mean that she's come to the end of her cash funds. Hopefully she's just, holed up in a motel with a lover. I don't know. But this worries us quite a bit because no one seems to know where she went. So this is going to come to you. You'll probably be getting a call relatively soon. Agents, my FBI agents, because this has become a cross-state missing persons case. And so we're pulling a little bit of strings and getting you two assigned to it officially. It helps us if you're above board when investigating this. It'll help you too. But you can certainly bring Mariela along, and that way if it takes a little trip off-road, that might be helpful. And that way we can keep you all together and in the same loop.
So this research project, do you think she maybe took something from the job that you were doing with her on the side and kept it to herself, or?
It's possible. Unfortunately, because we are so secret, we rely on you to actually tell us all the things that you come across and make sure that they either get put away or destroyed, right?
Right. Are you able to share any information what that was, or is that too secret?
I mean, we know that the last text that she worked on, she did a translation up for us, right? She explained some of the mathematical theorems, or at least what they were supposed to do. They didn't really make any sense. And even to someone with a maths degree, I don't think they would make any sort of sense normally. But what was described can only be thought of in our terms, I think, is magic, despite the fact that there were math theorems. Now, she didn't have a copy of the text itself. The one she was translating, we did destroy that after we figured out what it was. But did she keep notes, a copy for herself that she copied down? Who knows? There's no way to tell until we get out there and, find where she is or was and see what she's been up to. So your job would be to locate her if you can, or at least her last known whereabouts, and then see if anything unnatural was involved, and if so, destroy it.
And nobody else ever figured out what she was working on. So I'm very concerned about these other people that interfered last time.
Oh, yeah, them. I mean, it's possible, but this is not currently on their radar.
Okay.
It's not the kind of stuff they high prioritize. Let's put it that way.
Because the random pizza makes me think, it's a cry for help. She's trying to get attention. She's kidnapped. That's what my training is telling me.
That is entirely possible. Basically, we've been out of touch for a while and we don't know anything for sure at this point, other than what we heard from her colleagues. Her family doesn't know anything. They just know she's missing. They don't seem to have any involvement with, her work life. Her colleagues think she was just very weird. Apparently she was, doing things that were odd besides this strange theorems she was trying to prove. Like listening to Rhythm of the Night on repeat daily, over and over as she worked.
Is it worth us to talk to these colleagues and family, or should we just go right to the motel?
You could. You will have full authority once you're assigned by
Okay.
your field agent in charge. But the biggest, most important thing is to find her and find out if she's creating any trouble of the unnatural variety. That's what we're concerned with. So, whatever you have to do for your, FBI dotting I's, crossing T's, that's fine too. But getting out to this motel is probably priority one.
All right. And there, I suppose there are woods there. Is a woodland area or anything like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Then Mariela is just our special consultant again. That's all. That's simple enough.
Yeah, we've made sure she's available, but she already had made herself available apparently.
Oh, I think she's got the taste that can suit in her eyes.
Yeah.
Taste of this burger.
That's right.
That's a good burger. Oh yeah. So,
I have a question.
Yes.
So you did say that you had no information for a long while, and then suddenly there was a transaction for a pizza around that model, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be too forward, but doesn't it sounds perhaps like a trap? I don't know, that feels very fitting that a motel nowhere to be heard of, and there's a vast forest around it, and suddenly there's a transaction around here. I feel like it's more of a calling than a misstep on our part. And you say there's just the three of us going there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
We're trying to keep the, more mundane part of the FBI out of this for now, because they would be really unprepared if there is something, beyond the pale, sketchy, unnatural, needs to be destroyed.
Fair.
Seems pretty clear, right? The woman was going deeper and deeper into her research. Everyone thought she was crazy, of course, and then someone decided that they were going to take advantage of this woman who couldn't protect herself and use her wealth. Maybe she'd been good with her money, and someone decided that try out her credit card. So it makes sense if she's being held captive in a hotel, but maybe we head over that way. I'm just saying.
That's possible too. And I hate to say that I'd almost rather that. I hope she's okay. I hope she's fine. I hope this has all been a big misunderstanding, but what we have learned, what little we have learned about her most recent behavior is raising a lot of red flags. I told you guys this stuff comes with, a lot of burden, some consequences, and it can push you over the edge if you're not careful. So, anyway, yeah, so I guess this is more of just a heads up for my FBI folks because you're catching this case either way. But I wanted you to know what you would be walking into potentially. There may be some really weird stuff going on here.
Well,
I
this
don't
time we
know.
have the advantage. We know something strange is going on. Unlike last time, we didn't know that stuff could happen.
Yeah, and this may be a lot different than the last time. There's some studies of the unnatural that suggest that reality as we know it, it's just a suggestion. I don't like to contemplate that too much. I like to think of that as a bunch of bullshit, but I think that may just be my own coping mechanism. In any case, just be careful. I have no idea what exactly she might have worked up if she managed to actually enact some weird theorem that was in some occult text that my bosses decided was dangerous enough that it needed to be burned. Let's just put it that way. So bring whatever extra force you feel might be protective and just go in prepared. That's all I'm saying.
And that
Well, I'm just
song, Rhythm of the Night, should we have like that on tape or something in case that it plays into it somehow? I mean, I know it's very strange, but I guess everything is really strange right now.
Yeah, I mean, that seemed just like a quirk, but you never freaking know, do you? Um, Apparently she really liked the music video. There's Ferris wheel and some like astrological charts and God, I don't even know. Weird stuff.
well, I'm just thinking about our agents' jobs. Is there any way that we can push that um, suddenly across the board, them getting that assignment? Because if we show up in a place that becomes relevant to an investigation, that's going to look really weird.
Oh yeah, no, this is gonna be happening real soon.
I think our handler's trying to tell us they're making sure we get the job. It's not a
Mm-hmm.
maybe.
Well,
I
I'm
wouldn't
just
be
also
I wouldn't
afraid
be
of.
shocked if you guys don't get a call on your way back to the office. Let's put it that way. So Mariela, you might want to just hang out and stay close.
Oh, you meant now. Okay.
Yeah, now. That's why I'm glad you all showed up. Otherwise, I was gonna have to drive by your house, throw a brick through the window with a note wrapped around it. I
Hmm.
gotta be on the
I prefer
down
the
low
notes.
here, but I mean,
I prefer the envelopes.
yeah. Speaking of, as you guys, finish up your burgers, you get a phone call, Agent Sappington, from looks like from the field office.
All right, I answered immediately. Hello?
And you hear Patrick Hobson on the other end. Hey, Richard.
Yeah, what's up? Got something for me?
Yeah, can you and Judith hand off what you were doing with that wire fraud case and move on over to we got a missing person apparently, and we're gonna. I mean, you were requested apparently from this because you guys did such a good job
Don't I feel
with
special?
that thing. I mean, you're kind of my go-to for missing people. So,
Yeah, well, not a problem. We can hand us off and
all right. Um, I will have all the details here for you if you hop by the office. It's gonna be out by the border, so it'll be a little bit of a drive, but yeah, it's all
yeah, look,
yours.
I'll tell Judith and we'll be right on our way.
All right. See you
All
back
right,
at the office.
see you then. Hang up and Judith, I guess we're on the case.
How convenient. Not a
The screen
surprise at all, but
gives
okay.
you guys a double thumbs up. Yeah, they work fast.
Yeah, when they want to get something done, they do.
Anyway, good luck. If you guys need something, over the next, 3-4 days. Hopefully it won't take any longer than that. Here is a number that I can be reached at just during this time, in case you need backup of a different variety, and or if you find anything that you're not sure what to do with. And so she will hand each of you a little note with with her number scrawled on it. A number that is apparently hers for right now.
All right, I'll be sure to call you if I need to.
All right. I can't say I'm hoping to hear from you, at least other than, with some resolution, but I also don't want you to feel like I'm just leaving you swinging in the wind any more than I have to.
No, I think I understand how this works. Everything's very secret, hush hush.
Very. Those Air Force people, if they got wind of any of us who are actually, in any sort of position to act within guidelines, we wouldn't be around to act within guidelines anymore. We'd be at best fired. So just bear that in mind.
These Air Force people have serious backing then.
Oh, yeah. I wish I could tell you I knew the full extent of it, but just what I do know makes me not want to get on their radar. Let's put it that way.
Understood. Avoid them at all costs.
All right. Well, hopefully I'll hear from you with a resolution in a couple of days or so. Take care, agents.
You as well.
And she puts her Walkman headphones back on and struts off out of the parking lot and down the street. She just, on foot walks away from you. All right.
So, Mariela, I guess you'll just follow us and speak conveniently there, or do you want to handle it some other way?
Yeah, I suppose it's I got plenty of excuse to go out that way. I'll just say that I was heading out toward Utah. I got time.
Well, once you're working with us, you'll have good cover and for what you're doing, special consultant and all that.
Yeah, I'll just have been passing through at this time.
And Judith, you're gonna be okay. I know you've been talking about your feelings too much, but you look a little anxious, anxiety-ridden.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm fine. This time off and doing other case was very helpful for me, so it's all good.
All right. So, well, I guess it's really bothering. We're gonna have to get a copy of that Rhythm of the Night song somehow. Get it on cassette. I guess it's 94 or so. Yeah, cassette.
Yep, cassette.
I don't know if it's the lyrics, if it's random, if it needs to be played, but we're dealing with weird stuff. We need to think a little weird too ourselves.
Yeah, let's stop by Sam Goody and get
You gotta pick up the Rhythm of the Night.
Yeah.
By Corona. I'll give you a break from Lisa Loeb playing repeatedly on the radio. All right.
Head to the office.
Yeah, so you stop into the office and Hobson has a case file ready to hand over to you. Most of it is from, New Mexico State PD, where they, were following up with the family about this missing lady, who was reported missing like 3 weeks ago. And then there's a note about how her credit card was flagged ordering a pizza and that it was to be delivered to Shirley's motel. It was just a little motel off the highway and to room 137. So you know exactly which room, which place that the credit card was used to deliver something to, supposedly.
Is this credit card history, does it go back far enough to see that she's a regular buyer of this pizza place, or is that too much to ask?
She doesn't normally order from that pizza place. Okay. She probably has ordered, you can get that information easily enough. The financials for her are in there going back probably a few months, just because they would have been looking for patterns. So you can see that her credit card has not been used for basically about a month since she kind of went off on her own. The family waited a few days, to report her missing. And then she's been officially missing with the police for about 3 weeks. So it's been like she's gone about a month, and there's been no activity on her credit card for about a month until now. But before that, she would do things like buy pizza on it. She would, she had a subscription to a maths magazine and such.
All right.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, hopefully this is easy, cut and dry. She's there. Just, be careful. I know the last one got a little interesting.
Yeah, speaking of the last one, you think it's all right if Mariela comes along as a consultant again?
Oh, yeah, sure. If she's available.
Yeah, I have a good feeling she will be.
All right, yeah. No problem. I will sign any paperwork you send my way. Make that official.
All right, I'll send it over. Is there anything
Yeah,
else we need to do here, or yeah? Sure,
No, I'm good.
okay.
If you need anything from me, just let me know. He's like, very tired looking. This man is like pretty done with this job. He's about to retire in the spring, so he's just waiting that out.
You better be careful.
Yeah, all right. Okay. So yeah, he just hands you everything. He says, let him know if you need anything.
Little
Send you on your way.
Might suggest that you pull armaments if you don't have any on, because we are expecting a hostile situation.
Oh, I guess I wouldn't ask one thing.
maybe they're not.
Hobson, if there's any like Air Force people that get involved, can you immediately notify us or?
Oh, yeah. Are you thinking there will be?
No, just the last case, it's just still kind of lingering with me. Things are bothering me.
Yeah, that was real unusual. Don't know what that was all about, but too old to ask questions about that kind of thing now, so.
Yeah, I understand you're heading towards retirement.
I think the less you know about that sort of thing, the better. Anything that has intelligence in front of it, it's not in your purview, it's easier not to know.
You're probably right. It's the job. I can't help digging and thinking about things. So we're free to take whatever, whatever weapons we need, or.
Yeah, I mean, you got your sidearm. If you think you're gonna need something more than that, you can certainly requisition it. Don't go too crazy.
Oh yeah, I'm just working with the theory that the pizza buying was a cry for help, which is kidnapped. That's my initial thought. So I make sure that we aren't walk into another trap.
Good thought. Good thought. All right. If you need backup, I'm sure you can get the local PD out there.
Yeah,
back
most
you up.
likely.
But just use your discretion. I trust you.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. All right, let's see.
Okay, so
you go ahead. Do you have more?
I was gonna ask, we got everything, or is there another step before? He did say we can get a little bit more weapons without going crazy, right?
Yeah, it might be a good idea to take a rifle or something of the sort.
Yeah, you could get a rifle or shotgun, no problem. They're not going to question that at all.
What about maybe you can get one of those flashbangs again, Judith? You were pretty handy on that last time.
Yeah, you certainly can if you want to, like pre-requisition that stuff. Hobson will sign off on
it. It's my lucky thing.
Yeah, I'll take a shotgun as we're going into like a small hotel area.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, I think that's it for me. What I would know to do, I would requisition my shotgun, and she gets her flashbangs.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you want to put like a concrete number on that. So,
does Mariela want to try and get anything that would not be usual for her?
Probably not. I think she probably is. She probably has been using all of her money, which I imagine she's not had a lot saved. She's borrowed as much as she can borrow from her parents, just surviving without being at work. So I don't imagine purchasing a rifle last minute is in her budget.
Gotcha. All right. Well, if you guys are ready with your preparations, now we will move you out to this little town near the border.
Yep.
Yeah, I played the cassette a couple times and annoyed Judith, I'm sure.
Damn, oh no. Gonna dream of that song now.
Right.
Remember the lyrics, so it might be important.
It's very repetitive lyrics. All right. So, after a few hours of driving, you arrive out at the Shirley Motel. It's a little ugly, one-story pink motel just off the highway. It's like that dirty pink, that sort of like dusty rose, Southwest color. And
Yeah, that real ugly color.
and it's just like, one long strip of, bunch of little rooms side by side. As you pull up into the parking lot, you can see room 137, just in the line there. It smells like, cigarettes and failure. This place is not a vacation destination, that's for sure. Oil stains all over the parking lot. And there's a little office.
Oh
There's a
yeah, I
man
was
in
gonna
there.
ask. Mm.
It's probably a truck pulled up, trucker in one of the rooms.
Is there anyone walking around outside?
Nope. But you can see that there's probably somebody in the office. It's pretty easy to see, into the like office/lobby. It's not really a lobby. There's not really anywhere to sit down. It's very basic.
Is there does the room have like next to the door a window or something where you could kind of see there's lights in the room or no? Is it like just the door?
The rooms do have front windows, but on 137, like most of them, the curtains are drawn.
Damn.
And the front windows don't open. It looks like, they're just panes of glass. They don't have an opening window, which is probably for safety.
So it's one story, but is there a back to? I mean, yes, it's a building. There's a back to it, but is there like if I go around the back, is there perhaps I forgot the name of it, but you climb it. You climb that to get to a point, like not stairs, but stairs but vertical.
So Judith is walking around the back of the hotel?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if there's a point where I could get up.
Well, what you see when you walk around the back of the hotel is that there are small windows along these, they look like they're all pretty much identical rooms, right? Maybe they have, like slightly reversed plans to them, but they're more or less the same repeated pattern, of room. And you see that there are small little bathroom windows, and they look like they could be opened. Like they do actually open for ventilation, but they're very small. They're kind of high up. There's a dumpster out the back as well. But if you for some reason wanted to get onto the roof of the motel, I suppose you'd be helped by that and make it a little less strenuous to do so. But it would still be, even on top of the dumpster, an effort. You don't see anything particularly suspicious. It's a little dirtier around the back.
And when you're at the back of the building, if I, for example, was someone trying to run off from one of the bathroom window, in terms of how can I say, the back of the building, can I run straight into a forest, or would I be seen? Like, would someone escaping be seen, or they can easily find a hiding spot behind that building?
If somebody was to escape out the back of this building and take a runner, there's some parking lot, there's some access around the back, so the stuff could be dropped off. So there's a little bit of open space. You wouldn't immediately be in cover, but there is woods after that.
Okay, so
it's like high desert woods, but there is there's some trees.
Okay, I'm going back front.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell Mariela and Richard. So it's a basic motel behind. There's not much, but if someone was running out from those window back, they could, I won't say easily get away, but they will have a chance. So, but nothing strange so far.
Well, we got our expert here. If that comes to it, we'll have an advantage.
Sure. It doesn't look like there's many people here, though. So, maybe we can see if we can get that information out of the attendant there.
Yeah, I think we should check in to get a room so we don't look too suspicious, or more suspicious. So I was kind of my black suit and.
If it's just us, the victim, and this night attendant, it'll be easy to keep it quiet.
Yeah, plus we can assign the guest register. Maybe we can see if her name is in there.
Yeah, it does look like there's probably like one trucker staying here right now. You're not sure if he will be leaving soon. But there's a truck pulled up. Other than that, you don't see any cars besides yours,
Okay.
which is interesting.
Well, I mean, our handler just walked in and out, so on foot, so yeah, it's a thing people do. Yeah, I'll attempt to go into the lobby and check us in to a room.
Okay. So you go into the lobby and you see this like middle-aged guy with a turban, brown skin. There's a radio on in there. It buzzes a little bit. It's like old, but it's picking up whatever the local station is. It's probably playing some Boys to Men. He's just like standing behind the counter, just kind of pretending that he hasn't been like clocking you, but he totally has. Oh, hello.
Hello,
How
I
old
think...
is this?
Yeah, good.
He's like middle-aged, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, do you think any of those stations get that Rhythm of the Night song?
Oh, Miss Polly's song? No, I don't think. Well, sometimes maybe,
Yeah.
but not like she likes it all the
Excuse
time.
me,
All the
who was
time.
that, Miss?
Mrs. Polly. She is my other guest, long-term stayer.
Oh, I mean, there's only one truck out there. I guess that makes sense.
Oh, actually, well, I guess she might be gone now.
Oh, gone?
I don't know. She has not checked out with me, but she left with her car yesterday.
Okay. Well, we would like to get a room. We were just passing through, but a room would suit us nicely.
Oh, yes, certainly.
And there's three of us. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Uh, Depends. Rooms have 2 beds, some of them. You want 2-bedroom?
Yeah. I mean, I can sleep on the floor. It's not a problem.
No, it's okay. 2-bedroom. You on work?
Yeah, you can call it work. And I'm not gonna provide any more details.
I like that you're like not telling him that you're here officially, even though you totally are able to be here officially. Yeah, so he'll check you in. He'll give you the key to a room. Do you ask for a specific room? If not, he puts you next to the trucker.
Yeah, I want to be next to the trucker. That's
Okay.
my priority.
Yeah, so there's the trucker is like literally in like the first room next to the office, and then it would be you, and then that's like a back-to-back set of rooms. Then there's an ice machine along the wall in front, and then there's a couple more rooms, and then there'd be 137.
Oh, thank you, sir. If you, I don't know if I wanted to really bring it up with you, but I guess it would be proper. I am an FBI agent.
Oh, I figured you were something.
Yeah. Well, I don't really have any information to share with you. We're just looking into something, and I don't know if you spot anything weird. I'd appreciate a heads up. So no danger befalls your establishment here.
Danger? Weird? What is this?
Well, I'm not sure yet. That's the problem. It's our details are very sketchy.
What brings FBI out all the way out here?
Can I roll like a human int on this guy or something to
Yeah,
get the rate of this character? Just make sure I'm not giving this some seedy asshole. I do have 60. Do you want me to roll it or?
No. Okay, so with 60, and you've been talking with him for like, a few seconds here, you've done a transaction. He seems kind of like listless and not super interested. He's just here doing his day to day, just getting by. When you said weird and, that he might be in danger, that's when he perks up and he's like, what? What do you mean? And so otherwise he's not very interested. He doesn't come off as creepy. He's just a dude doing his job.
He's like, all right, do you often have I mean, how often is this establishment used? Do you have a lot of customers?
It's less busy than I was hoping when I took it over.
Okay.
But it's mostly people passing through along the highway.
Has there been like a recent uptake in people in the last like week or so?
Not at all. In
Okay.
fact, the lady I was telling you about, Mrs. Polly, she paid for a month, and that is not usual. Most people stay 1 day, maybe 2 at most, depending on how tired they are. Sometimes truckers they sleep a whole day if they're not hauling something.
And has that month passed now? Is that why she didn't check out, or?
No, she has she's been here for, I would say, what is it? And he looks back in his records. He does have like a paper record book. She has been here for 3.5 weeks. She still has several days. It is paid.
Okay, okay. And does she have visitors? Are you aware of that kind of information?
No, she came alone. She has stayed alone. I thought at first maybe, assignation, but Mrs. Polly is a nice lady. She just likes that song a little too much.
The Rhythm of the Night song. Does she
Mhm.
really play it that often?
She asked me to turn it up when it was on the radio
Yeah.
once, and then I passed her room. We offered to clean. She said no. She is putting her well, last week she was. She hasn't so much this week, but she put out the little trash can outside and does not let us in the room.
Was that trash can been taken or emptied?
Yeah, she has not done that for a few days, so I do not know if there will be trash in the room. But she paid good, so
Okay.
he shrugs.
Well, that's good.
But yes, I heard same song in her room.
So you're not able to get in the cleaner room? Is that disruptive to your work?
Not if she doesn't leave Bigness.
Okay.
Hopefully she will not stain anything.
But you haven't seen inside the room, so you don't know that for sure?
No.
Well, I guess I could be a little more forward with you. She is a person of interest in a missing persons case.
Oh, Mrs. Bobby? Oh dear. Is she missing?
Yeah, she does fit everything. She has a different name. That's not the right name.
What does your lady look like?
Yeah, I was thinking this whole time. I never even once asked.
Yeah,
Damn it.
so you have a description in your file.
Okay, so we have her
of
picture, right? Or
Migdalia.
something.
Yep. Mhm.
Okay.
You have a picture, from her driver's license. If you show him, he'll say, "Oh yes, that is Mrs. Polly."
All right. Would it be okay if you would open the room up and we can just look inside?
Well, yes, I suppose. Are you are FBI?
I'll
He's
show
like,
my
yeah,
badge.
he's looking for your badge. He takes a nice long little look at that and like, oh, that's interesting. I've never seen an FBI badge before.
Well, you can.
This is a first for me. He will shuffle down there and open the door for you all.
Well, I guess it's easier than I thought.
Mhm. Yeah, so there is a do not disturb on the door as you walk up to it. So she left it with do not disturb out. He'll tell you she has this out all the time. She does not let anyone in. No men come. And he unlocks the door for you. And when the door opens, there's sort of a blast of heat. It's getting to be, it's like November now.
Mhm.
So it is cold outside. But you feel a rush of heat come out as the door opens, and definitely some smells. Some smells like a room that has been heated and shut up with a person inside it for a while, and possibly some food, and some leftovers, and that's what it smells like. It smells like
Pizza and body funk.
yeah, pizza and body funk. It smells like, it smells like con funk.
Oh, God.
It smells like gamer funk.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You went to the Warhammer 40K tournament and this is what you get.
Yeah, so and he's like, "Oh dear. All right. Let me know when you're done."
Yeah, we'll invest.
He's like he just kind of puts a hand to his head and just walks away. Oh, Mrs. Polly. So as the door opens and you get this kind of like wash of funk, what you see is a stripped bare bed. All of the bedclothes are off of it. It's down to just the mattress. And as you look and step in, as you look at what's on the bed, there's a gigantic map of the region laid out across the bed. And then there's some kind of little like plastic board on top of it. And then on the plastic board, it looks like there's a bunch of like, magic marker lines and notations so that it's not drawn on the map, but like it's drawn on the plastic all over this.
Are these like spread out over the state, or is it the woodland area behind us?
It seems to be that there's a lot of lines all pointing to this area.
Okay.
So there's lines that cross all over the place. And, just at a glance, they don't make a lot of sense to you, but you can clock that, like, yep, everything has, like pointed to this area. Not immediately like this motel right here, not this room, but the area. So whatever she's
Is
been doing, she has come closer to whatever she's looking for or thinks she wants to accomplish.
is there like a bathroom with the door closed or open?
Yeah, the bathroom door is like, cracked open. And if you head on in and take a look in there, there's something very strange. The bathtub has, because like motel rooms, they have like you know, irons, microwaves like this. Um, the coffee pot seems to be in its place in the room. All the other electrical equipment, the little, like alarm clock that plugs into the wall, all of this has been removed and piled into the tub.
And then water ran over it, or just sitting there in the
No,
tub?
no, it's just sitting in the tub, just stacked up in the tub.
Oh, agent, and she kind of tries not to touch anything, sort of steps out of there, um, and she goes, "I don't know how to explain that, but it seems important."
And there's a lot of like, there's a lot of stuff in the room that isn't like, the stuff of the room. There's some books, there's some papers, there's a lot of delivery food cartons and boxes and things all over, just like piles of them. And that explains the like, leftover, maybe slightly spoiled at this point food smell. Definitely smells
Oh,
like old leftovers in here, old Chinese food, old pizza.
Is there like a radio or a stereo that could play the song somewhere, or?
Yeah, so you do find uh a videotape actually
Oh,
right on
geez.
top of her journals, like books, papers. There's a bunch of those on the little table that serves as a desk.
the
Um,
radio's in the bathtub, silly.
yeah, the radio's in the bathtub, but
Oh,
there's a videotape that says, MTV,
Nice.
and it has like, several notations on it, but one of the things that she seems to have recorded off of MTV is Rhythm of the Night.
Yeah.
The video for
Luke.
that. And she circled it at some point after writing it. It's like a very erratic circling.
I think we should hold on to this if she doesn't come. If she isn't forthcoming with us, we should threaten to destroy it and see what her response is.
Maybe if you play it, it'll summon her.
Well, I think we shouldn't mess around with this. Unnatural seem to keep calling it.
Yeah, I suppose that's not very funny.
That's
Um,
a last resort sort of thing, I'd say.
I'm not sure how she was getting all this food then.
Well,
If
she
the
might have.
first time her card was used was on the pizza,
True, but she could have had
and
cash
she
that
didn't
ran
have
out.
his. Oh, so she was leaving frequently, I suppose. Um,
And I guess she just got sloppy and messed up, or it's also possible she didn't think anyone was going to look for her as well. Well, I'd like to not treat her as an
Um,
enemy if possible, but I'd rather talk to her first before we do anything,
oh,
a final.
well, just because she ordered food doesn't make her somebody's enemy.
Exactly. I don't want to keep it that way.
So what are you guys looking at within the room?
Said there was
I was,
papers, so go ahead.
yeah.
Yes. There's a lot. There's a lot of papers and books.
So
So
we
you see
can
some like
split up.
hmm?
So we can split up the paper search. If you say there's a lot of it,
Mm-hmm.
um, just like everywhere, yeah, or just on the desk. You said there's a
There's
desk.
like a gigantic pile so much that this like, basic
Oh my God.
hotel table almost sags on the table
Okay.
that's under the front window. It's been moved there, you assume for light. Um, and then there's like a bunch of delivery food boxes. She's kept them separate, so she's kept the work separate from the like leftover food mess that she's, piled up.
Okay.
That's all stacked on top of the dresser. But there's also like, like papers, little stacks on the floor to either side of the thing, the
Damn.
desk type thing. She's got some on the nightstand. So
You say food mess, so she wasn't putting anything in the fridge?
there is not a mini fridge in
Okay.
evidence.
It's not in the bathtub.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
maybe it's the bathtub.
I guess this motel is not cool enough to have a mini
Okay.
fridge.
Is
Yeah,
there
there was a time that wasn't standard.
Mhm.
can I roll search, but more of in a way that I look around the room and something spark my attention in terms of paper?
Yeah,
Can I roll?
actually, that's a
Okay.
good idea. So why don't you all go ahead and roll search as you try to make sense of the mass
Yeah.
of papers here.
Ooh, I got an 11 handler.
Nice.
11 under 51.
I got a 69. Oh, just under 70. Oh my God.
Okay, so yeah,
Nice.
you have a 70, you said 50?
Yep. I got 69 for
Yes, I have
my
11
roll.
under 51.
Under 51, okay. And then Mariela?
I got 51 under 60, but that doesn't matter anymore.
No, it does. So all of you are being very, you're coordinating well, you're being thorough. What would have taken you like an hour ends up taking about half an hour instead, because you're all doing very well. And Richard, you find some things immediately. So you find 3 items. One is a heavily revised text of a computer program that appears to be written in the programming language C.
I immediately handed it to Judith.
Yeah, and then there is also a confoundingly convoluted seeming and heavily annotated, and it appears to be her writing. There's a staple bound monograph, and it's like thick, and its title is Wisdom of the Hypoboreans and Their Magics. The subtitle is Portals Linking Places Many Leagues Distant and Higher Realms.
Oh, that book.
And then you also find a stack of photocopies that have been dog-eared and heavily referenced clearly. They're kind of worn, they've got fingerprints on them. And this is portions of The Occult Foundation by a person called Wasserman. And there's some highlighting on there. Would you kind of look through the highlighting?
Is that Wasserman?
Mm-hmm, Wasserman. If you look at what she's highlighted, it seems to discuss a sort of theory that the fabric of reality is weaker at specific nexus points. So at this point, with these particular resources and, just trying to get a grips on what she has here and what's on the map, somebody can roll me mathematics if anyone has it, to gain some extra insight, or also computers. That would be specifically for the computer program text
I can
in C.
do computer science.
Mhm.
It's giving me flashback from college, but not good flashback. I got an 8.
You got an
under
8.
70. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you take a look through this this computer program that is literally printed out, it's a bunch of code in print, and you're scanning through, and you see that this program seems to solve a lengthy series of complex topological problems, but you're unsettled by it as you sort of follow. You're trying to see, what does this do, and what is the point of it. It's solving paradoxes within these problems, and it's doing so by creating even greater paradoxes.
Oh no.
Yep. And you get to roll SAN for me.
Okay. Paradox.
Congratulations on your successful roll.
Yeah, well, maybe I should have failed. Oh no.
Think of the trees, Judith, the trees.
The trees! I got 80.
Okay, so that's a fail, but it's only 1d2, so go ahead and, like...
Okay. 1d2 you said, right?
Yeah.
I got a 2.
Okay, so you lose 2 instead of 1.
Oh damn.
It's okay.
The 2 I got at the beginning. I'm losing them already.
Yep. But yeah, so you're looking through this. You find it very unsettling, but you sort of see what it's for. It seems to be something topological. It seems to be trying to, solve a problem that would point her in a direction.
Okay.
And you start looking at some of her notes and modeling versus this computer program that you've now gotten. I mean, maybe not a handle on because it still doesn't make sense, but you're trying to compare and you're referencing the map with this, and you're like, okay, yeah, I see what she was doing. She was trying to find a spot, in this area based on this really weird math that she has modeled in this computer program.
A prime location.
Yeah.
I see written down the location she found, or will I be lucky to find it myself by running the program on a computer?
It looks like there is a destination pointed to on the map.
Okay.
So the map is there, and you've got lines all over that end up, mostly pointing to this one spot on the map. So there's that. But you're trying to figure out what the hell, why did she want to go there? What was she doing?
Okay.
And you seem to think that she was using, she built an entire computer program in C to try to...
Crazy.
Yeah, to try to find a spot using very strange math that doesn't entirely make sense to you.
Okay. So I'm turning to my teammates and I'll tell them about that. So basically she's I don't know how she did that because it's a bit crazy, but she was doing she created some program that ran some topological stuff based on the map she has. To sum it up, the point on that map, and Judith points to the map, is the destination she was looking for, but the program doesn't say why she was looking for it. I mean, it's not the goal of the program, but maybe there's an information on the other paper that will give us hint of why she was looking for that place.
Maybe that's
but
why
she succeeded in what she was looking for.
All right, maybe that's why she left recently.
And so she stayed here probably for that program and to run it and stuff like that. Question, Handler, is there... I mean, I don't remember. Is there a computer around or something?
No,
because
there doesn't
she
seem
has
to be any sort of... Yeah.
Okay. So she has a program printed, but no computer.
Yeah, you assume that because a lot of this is, printed out stuff, you assume that she did a lot of work before she got here. She has photocopies and whatnot. So she did probably a lot of the groundwork for whatever is going on here at the university before she left.
Okay. So university could be a point for something else. Just writing them. Okay. So if we find any paper that gives information about why she was looking for a destination, that would probably help us in the long run.
Yeah, there's a lot of notes and lines on this map too, and then of course there's a lot of handwritten stuff just all over of hers. Is there anything what are the other two of you focusing on?
You said there was a Wisdom of Hyperborean and Magic's book or something?
Yes. So, Wisdom of the Hyperboreans and their magics, portals linking places many leagues distance and higher realms. So you would have to read this and then, know some math to get a full concept of what it is. But you can see there's a lot of annotations in here, written by her, and from what you get from this without reading the text, because it's archaic language and there's a lot of maths in it, But what you get from looking through and just like kind of reading her margin notes, I suppose, is that this is definitely something that she was very interested in. Her notes are very passionate, and she's breaking down like a lot of things in the margin. What she's doing may not make sense to you, but she's doing a lot of notes on this particular monograph
Is there
that
like
she
any
took the time to like fully,
Mm.
get a copy of, that she's obviously made herself. It's a staple bound monograph that she has photocopied, put together, and then annotated massively. Lots of notes.
and there like even is there like any like words that I could pick up, like, open a portal, summon something?
Yes. It definitely looks like there's something about opening a gate. Like she seems interested in figuring out what is going on with opening gates.
Opening gates. Okay.
Mhm.
So we're thinking maybe there's a gate out there that she left for. No, really. And they
Yes,
So
it's entirely possible that she was looking for a place to open a gate, or, is looking for a gate that might already be open. You're not sure.
and the stack of photocopies, is it?
Yes, so the dog-eared photocopies of Wasserman's The Occult Foundation. You could read it, but you feel like studying it would take a while. It's definitely some odd stuff. Like I said, she has highlighting in there, with the portions that she's highlighted discussing the theory that the fabric of reality is weaker at specific nexus points. And you're thinking maybe she found one.
Or Handler was also saying something about the reality being just a suggestion. Maybe she knew more than she was letting on. It's interesting how that instantly connects.
Right, yeah.
Well, guys, what do you think? Is it worthwhile to study this, or should we go straight towards her? I mean, I know what we're walking into here. When there's three of us, so we can vote. I would vote to study this stuff. What do you guys want?
I feel like studying is a good idea because if it's of the unnatural, going straight for the destination is
Yeah,
not that smart if we don't have more information.
that's what I was
Like I
thinking,
feel,
because we
yeah,
need to close this gate. We don't know how to do that.
yeah. If we find a gate and we don't know what to do with it, we're just, well, we move for nothing, and we don't know how dangerous that would be. So,
Hmm.
as I vote for continuing her search here and finding information and
Mariela?
studying.
Well, so I don't know much about math and computers, so
Neither do
uh,
I.
I'm not sure how much I can help. But if you need crazy ideas, maybe I can help you come up with those.
Yeah.
I mean, so what did we find? Right, we have technology in the bathtub. So maybe she doesn't. Maybe she was worried about someone listening to her on the waves or something. So that's out of the way. Or she was worried about them interfering with her.
What I'm
And
thinking.
so she put them in the tub. And then maybe she wanted a signal to get to her, maybe. So she didn't want the interference. Regardless, but she still wanted a computer program that she printed it out and has used it. And then she has this map, and the map clearly points somewhere. My instinct is to go directly there, but um, the handler said that we um, were chasing a woman who was doing unusual math that her fellow mathematicians didn't understand. So that means it can't be something very, very simple, like the coordinates and she's adding them and subtracting them or dividing them or averaging them. It can't be something that easy. Otherwise, they would have understood it.
As you say that,
Mhm.
Mariela, your eyes are drawn back to the map, and despite there's a red circle around the place on this map, right? And a bunch of lines that generally point towards it. But why don't you give me let's see, what would be good for this? Give me a navigate, actually.
Okay, let's try a navigate. I got a 65 over 50.
Okay. You don't see anything automatically that you know gives you anything to add to the situation from the map, you could certainly read it. Like you could navigate to this, the place that is circled.
Sure.
You know that. And you do note that like next to the circle, she has written very specific GPS coordinates. So you clock that immediately. Like, okay, I know what that is. She has like somehow, determined this specific, very, very specific thing,
Would it
So
be
you have
possible?
coordinates.
Would it be possible for me to also sort of infer that the rest of the locations have no other logical connection?
In terms of like where
Like
you
where
know,
they are on the map, like they're not all cities, they're not all places you could normally access, they're not all named after birds.
yeah, so if you look at, the map now that you've like taken a look down and you're trying to like, find ways that things connect, there's a lot of really strange stuff in terms of like these lines and the other notations that are further out. So you see lines from radio towers. You see lines that she has noted as being geomagnetic deviations. She has like a line here and there from murder sites. She has a line from a reported UFO sighting. She has a notation of like all of the EGs in the area, in the whole state and surrounding areas, like pointing towards this point. You don't know what any of that has to do with this particular spot, but for some reason she thinks all of that is relevant and pointing to this place.
Okay. So I suppose I'll just bring that up and just I'll just state that there is a connection between these things in some sense, that there's radio waves, magnetic. These are natural occurrences, but they're also things that are happening on frequencies, right? EGs. You know, I
EGs.
suppose some people think that you can contact UFOs with radio signals, right? Wasn't that the whole thing with kind of remember that movie? Wasn't that the whole thing? He went to the radio tower or something for the try to contact aliens. Contact, I think it was
Oh
called.
no, Mariel's thinking about future. We gotta put her down.
Is that the future? God darn it.
Yeah, that's the future. We're in the 90s here.
I'm listening to living rapper Tupac right now. No, I was like, so I mean, maybe there is some connection between these things. I'm wondering if maybe these are things that well, let me back up a second. Because how do I know that these are UFO and murder sightings?
She's got some notes
Okay.
on what her various lines are.
Okay,
Probably
so
so that she remembers, what
Right,
she's
also,
annotated and what she hasn't.
she's noted that this is an alien abduction. She's noted that this was a triple homicide, with no, DNA evidence or whatnot. And so I think that maybe she's pointing out places where she thinks reality has already been broken. And then she thinks that's going to lead her to the next event or the next location where reality will be broken. Perhaps she thinks she's discovered a pattern, or perhaps she thinks that someone said something about there being a weakness. Maybe she's determined that there's a weakness in reality.
Well,
What do the two of you think of all of this stuff with the map?
I mean, you said EGs again. The handler knows more than they're letting on. If they might have said it EGs, I'm very suspicious.
Yeah,
I thought
EG's
that
the burger
echocardiogram.
chain. Oh no, EG's the burger chain.
Oh, that's right, the burger chain.
Yeah, I mean, I think studying it just makes the most sense because, we get there and the gate's open. Like, how do we close the gate? We have to. Maybe we can always call the handler. We do have the number.
Those burgers are unreal.
Maybe there's like catch-all to closing gates or portals or whatever.
Yep. All right. Well, you look at this stuff, and Judith has already determined that there's something very weird in all of this, especially taken as a whole, but like, even just like any one of these texts that you've picked out, Richard, that she seems to have focused on. You can certainly study them if you like. It will probably, gnaw at your brain if you do. So,
Something else is gnawing on my brain. I want to look out the room and see if the truck is still there.
yeah. In fact, you see the trucker come out of his room, and you see him go into the, into the office.
Does he just look a guy? Do I see
Yeah,
like
he looks like a basic trucker. He looks like a basic Southwest trucker
He's a
dude.
level 1 trucker.
We don't see like any like I don't know something that shows me there's a gun on his
No.
his waist or something.
Did you want to go talk to him?
Yeah, as much as I would like to study things, I'm not really a study guy. I'm just being all talk here.
Do either of you want to actually like dive deeper into this massive stuff? Judith and...
Me.
All right.
I want to look.
You feel like you could possibly get something out of the map, Mariela, if you were to study it and try to like, trace back some of her notes that go with the map, specifically like the stuff that's on it. Again, it might, it might poke at your brain a little bit, but you think that you might be able to get some more insight if you did a deep dive here. Just take some time.
Yeah. And I don't necessarily understand the computers, but you're talking about topological things. So maybe, just maybe looking at that and kind of sort of cross-referencing from what she has on the map to some of the other stuff, maybe I can draw some kind of link that maybe makes a little bit more sense to me. I think I have to approach it from that angle, seeing as how that's kind of her only relevant skill here. I mean, I got theories about her program, but that's not.
Yeah.
That's not Mariela. It's me.
All right. So you guys are going to spend some time right now looking into the stuff, from your various angles. I would say it's probably more survival, I would think, for Mariela, than navigate, essentially. And navigate would, like get you the basics from the map,
Sure.
like what goes where and, how it all connects together. But in terms of like trying to interpret it, probably more survival, because you don't have geology specifically. So that would be the only other thing that would probably be relevant. But yeah, survival.
Yeah.
And then for Judith, it's going to be computers again, because I don't think you have maths.
I don't even see that on there. Oh, man. I got 61 over 60. Does this game have a way to manipulate
No,
your
I'm
dice?
afraid not. But that just means, so you have a 60. I mean, it means you find things. It just means that it takes more time when you're trying to find things, if you don't succeed.
I got 62 under 70 for comp science.
All right, excellent. So you guys are spending some time. You're diving into the weirdness that is Valadaris's brain, apparently. Richard's going to go talk to the trucker, so then we'll come back and tell you what you found. Okay, so Richard, how are you approaching this fella? He seems like as you decide that you want to speak to him, you head that way. It seems like maybe he's checking out, so that's what he's going in there to do.
Yeah, I'll just walk up and say, "Hey, man, how's it going?"
Oh, yeah. All right. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Yeah, how long have you been in here?
Oh, just, came to sleep, pulled in last night, and you're gonna leave now.
Oh, hang on, I'm sorry. When you say trucker, do you mean like a big full truck or just like a pickup truck?
Oh, yeah, no, this is like a truck. It doesn't have the trailer on it right now, but there's
Okay.
a trucker truck, long haul.
I forgot to ask that earlier.
Mhm.
So you weren't hauling anything?
Nope, not right now. Why I could take the time to get a full night's rest.
No, are you going back home or something?
No, I'm going to pick up another load.
Oh, okay.
Back and forth here a lot.
I always found trucking to be interesting. I'm sorry if I'm bothering you with my questions.
Interesting. Well,
Yeah.
you can always do it. It's not that hard. Just gotta be
Well,
able to stay awake for long stretches of road that looks like nothing at all.
Yeah. I guess I'm just the kind of guy that romanticizes things, like be a farmer, be a trucker. Seems simple and honest, I guess.
Yeah, I like that. Simple and honest. What you doing out this way? Fancy suit and fancy car.
Well, I was looking for someone. In fact,
Yeah?
it's the only other person that's been standing here, that woman. Have you seen her?
Oh, no, I ain't seen a woman. There was another car here when I pulled up yesterday,
Okay.
but it's gone now.
Do you can you give me like the make and model of that car?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Was let's see.
Sorry, I know that's a bad question, Hitler, but you know, I would be
Right?
thinking about it.
He rattles off to you like the
Mm,
color, the
okay.
make, and the model. Uh, you feel like he's probably pretty good at that. Like
Okay.
he sees cars all day long. And that matches with what you have for Valadares.
All right, so we were in her room. It's an awful smell in there. You didn't like you never heard any noises coming out of there. You didn't nothing suspicious.
Uh, sorry, who did you say you're in this lady's room?
Yeah, we were concerned that she's a missing person. We were looking into the room.
Oh,
I'll just show my badge. I
oh,
think we're at that point in the conversation.
yeah, yeah. It's like he seems to be like
Hmm.
put a little more generally at ease by the fact that you have a badge and you have a reason that like you're doing these things, but he's now a little unnerved because now you've brought up there's a missing person. But I didn't do nothing. I didn't even see the
Oh,
lady, I swear.
oh, I didn't say you did anything. I just thought maybe you would have saw something because you're the only other person here other than the I don't know, deployee. I don't know what to call him.
Oh, yeah, Javinder? Yeah, he's fine. He's a nice guy.
So do you know him well enough to know he's a nice guy?
I mean, it's always been nice to me. I've stopped here before.
Ah, okay. Well,
He
yeah,
shrugs.
like I said, she's a missing person. Her room is it's in a pretty awful state. It seems unlikely that there wasn't some kind of noise or disturbance that you could have picked up on.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I sleep like the dead, and I'm not
Mhm.
right next to her or anything. Maybe if it was like
That's true.
immediately the wall next to my head and she was like screaming or something. I don't know. But but yeah, no, I did see a car yesterday. And it's not one today. Well, that's all I know.
Ah, this is a really random question, but did you serve time in the military?
No, sir.
All right.
Why?
Hmm. Just my mind is just going all sorts of places.
All right then. Am I free to go?
Oh,
Officer, agent, man.
you were never detained. I was just talking to you. I do appreciate your help. I'll let you get on with your day.
All right. He waves to Joginder and heads out.
I'm gonna make sure he gets in his car and leaves, or truck
Yep.
and leaves. Excuse me.
Yeah, he totally does. He gets in his
Okay.
truck and he just drives off down the road. Now
I
there's nobody here but you.
said he waved to the guy though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I'll if he's in the room to talk to,
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask him. Can you corroborate all of that?
Corroborate all of what?
Is he who he says he is? He passes through here before, etc.
Oh, yes, that gentleman, yes.
Don't pretend
He
like you weren't
is
listening, sir.
I try not to, but
It's all right.
it's hard.
You're talking to an FBI agent. I eavesdrop some people all the time. I don't take offense.
Oh, that is good to know. Do you really listen on all of the phones, like they say?
That's a exaggeration. If it's a person of interest, you may tap the lines near them. But everyone, that's way too many resources. It'd be a waste of time to sort through all of that.
Oh, that makes some sense. Thank you.
Yeah.
That gives me a little bit of peace of mind.
I mean, so if you're talking to your mother or father, whatever, they're not listening. It's all right. Just, have your chats.
Yes, no, he's here every couple weeks, I would say.
All right. Well, I guess it's on the up and up.
So you think you know where she go, Mrs. Polly? I mean, I know that's not her name, but
I would say I'm not at liberty to say in case somebody else questions you.
oh, so this is not this is unusual missing person case.
I haven't ruled out that she might be working with someone or something like that.
I will say she did not seem like she was in trouble or hiding when she came to check in.
All right.
She was very casual. She just, she was a little intense type of person. She liked that song very much, like I said. She played a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, if that song comes on the radio, maybe turn it off. Don't let it play.
He like his eyes go a little bit wider and he looks at you like, really?
Yeah. Just it's it's just kind of awkward to say FBI stuff.
Okay. Some sort of subliminal message, maybe?
Yeah, I think I'll play along. Yeah, I think it might be along those lines.
All right. I will not listen anymore. Maybe she go crazy.
Yeah, we don't want you going crazy too. You're a nice guy. I think I
I
agree
will,
with him. You're a nice
I will
guy.
try not to go crazy.
All right, I'll go back. The others are standing there doing nothing.
As you walk back into the room, you see. Go ahead and roll me sand, both of you,
Oh,
for
jeez.
your findings.
Oh, for them.
Yep.
I'm like, I checked out the tracker, right? He seems like he's who he says he is, but I'm just so damn paranoid about that Air Force stuff.
Well, I got a nice 83 over 55.
Okay. So
I got a 10.
Nice.
oh, excellent. Okay. So you actually don't lose any sanity, Judith, for this.
Hell yeah.
Because you haven't gotten deep in enough. Like, it's gonna take you weeks if you wanted to read one of these, these tomes, these like kind of key tomes that she was going off of, and fully understand what's in it. So you don't lose any sanity right now. You do find it a little disturbing. Mariela, you lose one as you sort of parse through what's going on with this map. So what you guys have determined is that Valadaris seems to have uncovered something through really weird maths that, like Miss Green said, seems to function like magic. It's so far beyond science that is known that it makes no sense to call it anything else other than magic. But you do think that she may have been able to open a gateway or a portal to, as far as you know, God only knows what. Like, from everything you're finding, there's no way to determine what she might have opened if she actually did something out at this place. From the weird logic that seems to govern all of what she is doing here, it's not any sort of normal sort of reasoning that leads her to this place, but it makes a kind of sense internally. So you can see the process that she followed to come to this spot, right? And you think that, given that obviously she fully believes in whatever it is that she's been doing here, that she was certain about her conclusion, about this place being the right place to do some sort of opening of a gate. You're pretty sure that that is exactly what happened. Now, assuming that she did correctly what you have found, and you don't know how you would reproduce it, but like in terms of like being able to enact this, it requires a knowledge of maths that you guys don't collectively have, right? To do what she looks like she was going to do and open a gate. You guys don't have the maths to like follow her process and actually do what she was going to do, but from what you can gather from her notes and her reasonings and her, margin, extemporizing about the theories that she's come to, it's not supposed to stay open. So there is that. That is the one little bright spot that you get out of all of this. She found a spot. She thinks it's the right spot to open a gate. She may have gone to do that, but it's not supposed to stay open. So if she did her work correctly, if she opened a portal, it may be that the portal is open and closed already. That's what you get. You have hopefully assuaged your fears that you will have to somehow be responsible for closing a portal. That's about what you have gathered from further examination of the stuff here. You feel like with a few weeks' time, you could get a handle on some of this conceptually, whether you'd want to or not. That's a question. And then also, if you had someone who had some maths knowledge, you feel like it's entirely possible that this, whatever she was hoping to accomplish, could potentially be recreated at that same spot. Hard to say without, doing a full study, because it may have had something to do with the timing as well. But from what you can see, it looks like, as I said, it has its own internal logic. All right. So how are the agents feeling about going onward?
You guys know what a cipher is, right?
It's like a code that's hiding something.
Yeah, I was playing. There's a game called Dungeons and Dragons. I played it one time, and we had to do a puzzle, and we had to get a key for the puzzle first to decrypt the thing, the solution to our problem. Um, I the book. Remember, the book was taken from her, and they were saying she didn't have a copy, but she wrote a copy, right? So we also know that at one time she used computers and she didn't want to use computers anymore. So she printed out the code, she printed out the script, and she's been executing the script like a cipher. She's been using it to decode the book. She encrypted and then decrypted the book. I mean, this person is incredibly intelligent.
Yeah, and they could just be about to doom us all, depending on what walks through this portal, gate, whatever.
Well, I don't think we have any choice but to go see what happens
Oh, of
when
course.
you open this gate or close it or whatever she did. But then after that, what are you going to do? You're just going to hand these over?
Well, we've accepted this assignment.
I heard something that our friend had said, um, and it wasn't take everything and then catalog it all and then try it again. Um, she distinctly said destroy it.
Agreed. We could,
So
in case we don't
I
come
think
back, I think, yeah, we should destroy it.
we should destroy this because we're not going to be able to solve it. And if we hand it to somebody who can decrypt this, they're going to start. What if they see what she saw and they try to do it? What if they encode the book themselves and then walk away with a copy stored in their brain?
I'm gonna say wavelength is you. We should make sure this is never sees anyone ever sees this again and tries to use it.
I say we turn on every radio, turn and make sure people have fridges on and operating. We should go into the repair technology business because if that interferes with what she's trying to do, then we want people that just keep on heading in that direction. And
Well, the car's got a radio. We could put the song on in the car, and blast it.
we should definitely play that song repeatedly.
Well, if you think of the lyrics, they don't. It does say. It just comes back to me. I know a place where we can dance the whole night away. Do you think the nighttime is necessary? What time is it, Handler?
So you got this assignment, you know, in the late morning. It took you hours to drive out here, so it's getting on to evening now.
All right.
Yeah.
It says dance into the morning light. Does the portal go away in the morning time?
You're not sure, folks, based on what you have learned so far. You don't know how long the portal stays open for, but it is designed to self-close. That's what you know from your reading thus far. Could be that it stays open for only the briefest instant. Could be that it stays open for a few hours.
All right. Well, guess what? We're just gonna take the papers and burn them.
We should go see, but maybe we should destroy these first. If we leave them here, somebody else might come into the room.
Agreed.
You guys want to try any of the tech since you clearly expressed that thought, Mariela? You know, put any of the electronics back in place?
Yeah, actually, probably take like the radio and the fan and plug them back in.
Well, we can get the manager to clean up.
Yeah, he definitely, if you guys are, finishing up, he would come in and clean up. But whether you want him to do that or not, with all of these papers all around.
Well, I mean, destroy the papers, then he can clean up the room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Judith, are you on board with the destroying of the informations?
Yep, definitely.
Okay. So maybe you take everything out of the tub and then pile all the paper stuff into the tub and burn it.
Yeah, there you go.
We can just say she did it.
Yeah.
That sounds good, yeah.
Open the window, make sure it doesn't set off the smoke alarm.
Like furiously fanning it so it doesn't go off.
Okay, so everybody go ahead and gain 1 san.
I like to hear.
We like to gain sanity. That's good.
Yeah, because you are you've taken it upon yourselves to just go ahead and destroy all this unnatural stuff.
I distinctly heard destroy unnatural stuff. And I was like, but this seems
Yeah.
like a great opportunity. We confirmed it's not normal. Get rid of it. Regular trigonometry.
Now you do still have the map, and the map's annotations is on a piece of plastic, so that would be hard to,
Well,
a
we
piece
could
of
just
plastic would be hard to destroy. It has the coordinates on it as well. I assume you're gonna need that at least, but yeah.
yeah, we should probably
So the
take
rest
that
of
out.
it can all be burned.
I'll
pretty
I'll
easily.
note the coordinates. And Mariela is a prepared person, so she would have a notebook and pen on her. I think I would make like a crudish version of it just so I can have like those indicators, but I won't draw like any of the map features. I think if we take the map and we can roll the map up and take that with us, and then as far as the glass or the plastic sheet, I don't think we necessarily even need to destroy that because it doesn't mean anything without the map under it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the trunk of my car just to be safe.
You
Yeah,
can certainly
that's
do
good
that.
idea.
Yep.
Take
Just
it
be
out of the
thorough.
room for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely do that. But we might need it later, so.
So yeah, then you let the manager come in. He'll clean up all the food mess and whatnot. As you have, taken the electronics out of the tub, if you plug any of them in, you do see that there's some like fluctuation of like, the LEDs on the little plug-in clock, power indicators on the the microwave and whatnot.
Does it rapidly blink 12 and then start counting down to 0?
No, they do just
Fun.
seem a little erratic. Like maybe there was some sort of interference or static. You check the connections; they're all fine.
Okay.
They don't do
Yeah.
anything crazy like start to spark, but they do seem a little weird.
All right. Well, I don't think I have any electrical repair skill, but I think a basic visual inspection, I'd be like, well, that's not frayed or chewed. Looks fire safe, approved by the fire department. So as I plug them in, I just go, huh, that's old electronics, I guess.
Possibly. All right,
I
so you
suspect
load it
a little
up
bit more
and
than that, but
yeah.
when the guy comes in to clean up, I was just like, look at the clock. So I plugged that back in. Weird technology, huh?
He just shrugged. Yeah, I guess so. So yeah, so you are all loaded up. You've
Yeah.
cleaned out the room, and now you have a set of coordinates off in the woods somewhere. It is possible to get much closer using a road. There may be a dirt track off towards where she goes.
All right.
That is indeed where she went.
I will definitely propose following this map like now, and I'll start warming my vehicle up. We should be able to take the service road most of the way
Alright.
there. So
I
we
was
should bring
I
our
was busy
vehicles.
getting my shotgun, so I wasn't responding.
What was
The
that?
flashbang is ready.
You turn around, you see the federal agents like pulling out weapons, making sure they're all ready to go.
We got sunglasses on, and those cases that are open, counting ammunition.
All right, so as you head out into the woods, there is a service road off of the main road. So it's like basically a dirt track. Takes you off into the woods. This is about 4 miles, give or take, from where the motel was located. And as you get out, into the woods, you do see Migdalia Validar's car parked just off the track into the woods a little bit, about 20 feet away.
All right.
It is, as you pull up, it's covered in frost, and it definitely appears to, it's been here a little bit already. It's cold.
All right.
It looks abandoned. Yep.
I would imagine that my tires suddenly grasp for traction as I slam on my brakes. I'm gonna have to hop out.
I will not make you roll drive.
Flashlight. Try to gather some assessment of the situation. She
Mhm.
wants to move in, but then I think she's intimidated by the fact that there's like legit FBI agents here. So she just kind of like lets them take the lead again.
Yeah, I'll just go up and I'll just see if the car door opens or the trunk or anything.
Yes, it is unlocked. as you pull it open, slight stick only from the frost that has accumulated. It's full of messiness. The
More
back
food?
seat is clogged with like a lot of empty fast food bags and water bottles and soda bottles.
Ugh.
And then the passenger seat has a map on it as well, with directions to the location just sketched on a napkin with her coordinates and all of that. And then like the directions of like what exactly road she was taking to get out here, so the same path that you followed. And there's an empty laptop bag inside the car.
And I mean, it's a weird question, but is it fast food for like one person, or is it like over time, or?
It seems to be over time. Like there's just like piles of them. They're not like gigantic food bags, but yeah, there's like a lot of them.
I've seen people who have their entire back seat, an entire passenger seat full of garbage, and that's what I'm imagining.
Yep, pretty much. It's all in the back. It's kind of just like she just kept throwing it back there.
Just kept
she didn't have time.
Back there.
No time for cleaning up.
All right, no.
The work is too important.
I'm gonna pop the trunk and look in there as well.
Yeah, you can. The trunk is fairly clean. Doesn't look like she made much use of it. It seems like there's a small suitcase with like, if you open it up, just some spare clothes. And they're kind of thrown in haphazardly. Like she was like, oh, okay, it was almost like, I'm gonna do this thing. I guess I should, like pack up some stuff. But she didn't take it out. It's just like a little small rolling case with some clothes in it, just clothes. And then there was, of course, the laptop bag, but that's empty. So whatever was in the laptop bag, she took with her. She did not take this little suitcase.
I think I'll take the laptop bag.
Yep.
Just gonna sling it over my shoulder, I guess, if I can do that. Or guess
Certainly.
I'll retrieve her laptop later. Might be important.
It would give you some place to put some stuff, I suppose.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a survival, if you would, Mariela.
Okay. Phew, yes. Go right ahead. My 10% wasn't gonna happen.
Okay, so I think I'm supposed to treat the 0 like a 10, so that's an 80 over 60.
Okay.
Yikes. Can I double check survival or?
Alas. It's a good skill for you, but yeah, you haven't been having a good time with it today.
Roll dice.
You're a survival person. What's going on here?
Thanks for that meme that you posted in the chat.
Consultant.
Yeah, there's not much that's hidden here. She just has abandoned her car, and what was in it is what you found. But the agents can go ahead and roll me search.
All right.
You guys can roll search.
Nice.
As you sort of deal with the entirety of what.
Okay, 51.
I'm just wondering how one person could eat so much fast food.
Yeah, you're focused on like how many bags are these? How long was she gone?
I have to escalate things. I have an 88 over 50, 51.
Oh boy.
It gets better.
I have a 19.
Okay. So Judith, you clock some footprints leading away.
Okay.
In what you think is the general direction of where you should go further from here. So you see a line of footprints. Richard, you see something off in the trees. Might be an animal. And you are suddenly on high alert, focused on that. And whatever it is takes off and runs away from you.
All right, I will honor my fumble and I'll go after it.
Okay, so you guys see Richard run off into the forest in like a different opposite direction from where you think maybe you're supposed to be going.
Hey, where did you see a coyote? What?
It's like, I don't know what it is. I try to yell over my shoulder.
All right, we shouldn't split up though. So he's not going in the right direction, but that sounds too sketchy for me.
I didn't see any tracks, so I'm just going to follow Sappington.
Okay, so do you both follow Sappington?
Keep me out
I'm following, yeah.
Okay.
I just remembered there's tracks next to the car or something. But for now, Sappington.
Yeah. So you make a mental note, Judith, of what those are and where they're going. There's no snow falling, but there was, like frost on the ground. So hopefully, unless it starts to precipitate, that should stay there. Yeah.
Yeah, but can I, like, in terms of if I put myself in a certain spot, I can tell myself, oh, the footsteps were going this way. No?
Mm-hmm.
I can make a mental note, even if they disappear.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, great.
So yeah, you guys run off into the trees. Sappington, roll me Dex, please.
Dex. I'm gonna get shot again. Okay, 55.
He said I see something, so I'm drawing my weapon.
43 under 55.
Okay, so you realize that you like come really close to stepping into a hole. Looks like it might be, the hole of some sort of small animal on the ground. But you manage at the last second to not, just like put your foot in that and twist your ankle.
Woo.
And you see up ahead, like you have completely lost track of whatever this animal was that you saw. But you do see some sort of like little track off the way it went. And the others catch up to you about now.
Okay, if I see Mariela, I'll just be like, do you have any idea what the animal was? I'd probably try to get myself back together.
Mariela, guess for me.
Yeah, I kind of motioned down at the hole. I don't know. Is it like a big hole or?
No, the hole looks like maybe it was like a prairie dog, gopher, or something.
Okay,
small like that.
There's like a 10-foot wide hole.
But
or something.
there's a a line of tracks of something that you might have been seen and followed after.
Alrighty. Well, if it's in the forest, I don't know. I'm thinking coyotes. My mind is stuck on coyotes.
Yep, it absolutely. When you look down at these tracks, you're absolutely certain it is a coyote.
I'm like, oh, coyote tracks, and I will start walking without even realizing it. I just kind of follow and see how far they go.
Yeah, she just takes off, and you see her, like walking off into the woods. After another 200 yards or so, though, the tracks just vanish.
I kind of nod knowingly, like, yep, kind of expected that. Foolishly, sillily, I look up into the trees as though the coyote would have climbed up into a tree. I don't know. I'm just looking. I want to see if something's looking back down at me. I'm not convinced these things are entirely natural creatures anyway. So I just kind of look around. But then something dawns on me. I realize that Sappington saw it. So I feel like I'm not insane anymore.
Yeah, Richard saw something, that's for sure.
I turn around and head back, and I go, see, it's those coyotes I've been telling you about. They're everywhere.
Well, and as you look around in the trees, you do not see any, coyotes watching you from branches of trees or something like they jumped up there to.
They're so great. There's like 4 coyotes.
Well, we were led by one coyote. It's possible that it could be something similar going on here.
It could be. It didn't look like the car was. Oh, wait, actually, I remember I found that napkin thing. I want to compare that to the map I already had. Is it the same amount of detail, or does it provide like more specifics that I need? I suppose I have the coordinates, but like, does it like show me anything I didn't know?
It's more just like what she figured out that you had to figure out yourself to get over here, in terms of like, okay, I would to get to this spot that I've determined, I would go along this highway and this side road, this service route, and that will take me closest. So it's just like her process of working that out that she wrote down for herself. So it's the stuff that wasn't left there. It was the like practical, how do you get out there directions, and then of course, the specific coordinates.
Well, we have no idea what action she was taking. I was thinking that that maybe we would have found some other kind of tracks, not coyote tracks. But if the coyote's guiding me, then it's very, very possible that the woman went this direction into the woods. She could have been performing some sort of action, some sort of ritual. So
when you're sort of having that thought, go ahead and roll me like idea. So int.
Yeah, I wanted to say
Okay.
let's not forget the coyote is also a trickster,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't see the human footprints. I think we're back the other way. Judith was onto something.
I got a 94. That is over. Well, the score is 11. The times 5 is
Well, as long
55.
as it's not a
Mhm.
fumble.
Yeah. So you think that, yeah, you just go with that thought. You're like, yep, I think that the coyote is trying to tell me something about her process that's back over here.
Yeah. This coyote is telling me this way. If y'all want to go over there, I'm just going to hit some push ups while you decide what you're doing. And
Well, Marielle, you don't see any footprints of a person here, right?
no, I don't see any footprints of a person over here.
Well, how could she have come through here?
Aside from the ones I just made, but
I mean, she went on foot. There has to be footprints. I think, I got excited and I chased. Maybe that was the wrong move.
Yeah, you do look around, Mariela, and you see nothing as far as your eye can see through the trees here.
okay. And I am also sort of the assumption she's city person, doesn't know anything about the forest. She
Mhm.
would have left all kinds of indications if she was over here, but
Yes.
I also have no idea if she can teleport. So there's that too.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
It does seem to have been in an opposite direction from where you thought you were going.
like, did you say that
Let's
out
just
loud,
say
or
that.
was it just like, or she say it out loud, or she was just thinking that?
Yeah, I think she was just thinking the
Okay, I
teleport part.
was gonna say they took a car.
She drove here. Fair enough.
Well, Marielle, you're our
Um,
expert guide. I mean, you really are a consultant. If you think this is where we should go, we should go. But I mean, I don't see any like my very rudimentary skills. Like she would have like scratched up her shirt or something. I don't know, broken twigs.
the tracks ended that way. So even if I were to follow them, I wouldn't be able to follow them far. We'd be wandering aimless in the woods. And as much as I want to continue to follow that direction, it could potentially be leading us into a very cold, frigid death if we
Wait,
get
are
lost
they?
out here in these.
I mean, did the coordinates are the coordinates over there?
Well, no,
Well,
no,
then
they're not.
I think that should settle it. Then we got a little excited or carried away. I think we should go to the coordinates.
That makes the most sense. Yeah, I think we should do that. We should probably hurry. Who knows what's going on?
Okay, so as you sort of determine like what your next course of action is, everyone roll me alertness.
Okay,
Oh, come on. Okay, so
23 under 52.
All right.
I got a 2.
Hell yeah.
Excellent.
I'm very
Um,
alert.
How alert is Judith?
51 under 70.
Okay, so everyone succeeded. Everyone hears a large branch snap off in the direction that Mariela thought she should be headed.
Oh.
That's not good.
I'm sorry, but I gotta go look. I gotta take a look.
If we go together, a shotgun at the ready, maybe all firearms at the ready,
All
then,
right.
Yeah.
then I'll agree.
I head off in that. I start heading in that direction. If it's close enough where I'm hearing it and I feel like it's not
Mhm.
super super far away, I'm gonna go check it out.
All right, I'll back her up my shotgun or point it in the direction.
Okay, so how are you proceeding, Mariela, in terms of
Gun
like?
forward. I'm not gonna run, but I'm definitely not creeping.
Mhm.
I'll be a power walk, if you will, through the forest in that general direction. Light out. I would imagine I'd probably need it in order to kind of see where I'm going. Um, and it's kind of at this point that she realizes sort of the situation she's in and who she's with and what exactly it is that she's doing. She's not a kid playing in the woods anymore. She's a national park ranger. So she goes, "Excuse me, there's do not evade us. There's an active investigation. It's not safe for you to be in this area. Do you need help?"
Okay, and as you proceed, you're going in line with like the direction the footprints were leading, more or less.
Well, if that's different from where I heard the sound,
Yeah, I thought we were
then
going
I'd
towards the
Mhm.
branch. For the
I'd be
tree,
heading
or...
toward the branch sound. That's what I want to find
Yeah.
out.
It's more or less in that line. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay, yeah, I
just
follow that
further
general.
away. Yeah.
Follow that
Sound
general
carries quite a
direction.
bit in the empty woods, especially
Yeah.
since you also realize that, like, in terms of other than what you have seen and heard specifically that I've noted, it is very, very quiet in these woods. Very quiet. No birds.
Okay, yeah,
no
so I
small
probably
animals.
sound like I'm screaming at the top of my lungs.
As you move forward, you succeeded your alertness roll, but go ahead and roll me survival. And you will get some information here, but this will just be like how precise you're reading it as you are moving quickly in the direction of the sound you heard.
Not very precisely. I got an 86 over 60.
Okay, so you see what appears to be a set of tracks moving around that's going on sort of a, off in the woods further to you, but a sort of parallel line towards where you seem to be heading now. Okay, so off to the side in the woods, like someone was wandering through, blundering through.
Like a person or a coyote?
Yeah, like probably a person. But
okay.
I can't give you much more than that because you didn't do so well. But you do see a set of tracks that it looks like at some point on this trajectory you're gonna potentially meet up with. Yeah. So as you guys head further into the woods, what you see up ahead is you start to see, and it is getting to be dark, right? The light is fading. It is towards evening now. You see what appear to be two figures in the distance. And
all right.
They may be involved in some sort of altercation.
Until someone else does something that makes this a moot point, I will be stealthily approaching.
Sounds good.
Maybe I got the shotgun, I'll go in, you two cover me?
Sounds good for me. So I draw my weapons to cover Richard.
Maybe get that flashbang out.
Yeah, don't worry. It's in my hand. I was born with it.
I get halfway through the sentence and look down. Oh, okay.
All right. So
Yeah.
as you start to close on these two figures you can see in the distance, the closer you get, the more one of them looks like Migdalia Valadares, but from behind, except her hair is not all black anymore. It's definitely got some white in it. So you see that as you get close enough to discern, some features on these two figures. The other figure you see is bigger, much more hulking, and definitely not a human. Looks more simian. You're not close enough to see details yet. You see some sort of flash from the figure that looks like Migdalia Valadares. Looks like some sort of, you would have to say, laser weapon? That's the closest your mind can come up with. There is a flash of like a beam of light that comes out from her. She's facing away from you. Hits this, whatever this other creature is. And yeah.
And
What do you do now?
What is the creature's reaction to the
creature
laser?
roars in pain.
Roars in pain? So
that seems pretty cool, actually. I kind of like that.
Before I head out, I kind of look at Mariela and say, you might have to do some more destroying right now. Are you up for it?
She wants to say yes, but then she is staring at you shocked instead. Like, how could you suggest such a thing? But I think inside she understands. If you use human int on her, I think you'd understand that in her mind she understands that that's probably a necessary thing. But she can't bring herself to voice that opinion.
So you guys are about, I would say, like another 200 yards away from this altercation at this point. And now we will go ahead and drop into combat rounds. I believe, Judith, you are fastest. So
flashbang. No, not yet.
Yeah, you're not close enough for that. So
damn. Okay, so I'm the fast. Okay. What is this? So we're in
Run
the forest.
fast.
Is there a tree I can
Yes,
run to?
there's plenty of trees, so if you want to like, go from
I
cover
would
to
like,
cover, you can
yeah.
do that. Yeah.
I would like to run to a tree that would give me a good backup point for Richard so I can cover him, but
Mhm.
also a good vision point for shooting and things like that. Is there any tree like that?
Oh
Perhaps?
yeah, for sure. So you basically you clock slightly larger, of these scrubby high chaparral type trees, and you head for
Okay.
that one. You're getting closer, obviously, to this whatever is going on, this fracas ahead of you. But and I assume if you want to move up enough to be in position, you're not going to be doing so particularly stealthily. You're just keeping cover between you two, right?
Yeah. Do they spot me since
They
I'm coming
they
closer?
probably are able to if they were not so distracted. You have a
Okay.
feeling that these two, whatever they are, possibly Migdalia Villadares and whatever the hell that other thing is, are very focused on each other in this moment.
Okay. So in
So,
a way, I'm getting close enough to act, but to also be protected by my big tree.
mhm.
And I'm pointing my gun at the situation, but I'm not shooting. I'm
Yeah,
observing first.
you can definitely get within like, firing range, but not
Okay, firing.
necessarily like easy toss a flashbang range. In this
Damn.
round,
I was
yeah,
gonna
not
ask
not not
about
quite yet.
that.
You knew where that was going. It's flashbang
Damn.
time.
All right,
Okay, well, that's fine.
that brings us to Mariela. Your action.
Boy, I think at this point, it seems like things have started to kind of get out of control. I see a wizard and I see a monster. I still want to kill the wizard, or I want to kill the monster more than the wizard.
Mhm.
So I think I'll start going through, because if I'm behind her, I'm assuming I'm not behind the view of this monster thing. So I want to go around through the woods, through the trees, even if there's gaps or whatever, to try to get to a point where I would be out of its direct line of sight.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. You can't do it stealthily though, so you have to choose either being
Yeah,
stealthy.
I'm
Yeah.
abandoning the stealth part
Okay.
of it.
So yeah, you're
So
gonna run full tilt and try and get around the conflict and get on the other
yeah,
side of
trying
it.
to get around
Okay.
the other side.
You're definitely able to do that and keep plenty of trees between, you and the fracas at any given time. Because there's trees all around here. They have a little bit of open space where they're standing, but not a whole lot. And you can see too that the smaller figure, possibly Miss Valadares, is definitely using trees as well to try to keep between her and this creature, whatever the hell it is. And Judith, as you have closed and you are, being ready to back up your partner and take aim at things, you've noticed that the creature is definitely not anything you've seen before. It looks kind of like a tan-colored gorilla with
What?
insect features. Yeah. It's a completely hairless, tan colored, like tawny colored gorilla, so it kind of blends in with the
Okay.
environment here, with some really weird eyes and really weird mouth bits and
I don't
really
like it,
weird,
but yeah.
yeah, ends of its hands. But you haven't gotten a really close look yet, but you're definitely just like clocking some features that's like none of this seems like a thing you've seen before.
Okay.
I'm so stoked. I'm ready.
All right, that brings us to Richard.
I am going to I gotta very foolishly, I'm going to walk out into the open with my shotgun. They're ready. I want them to see me. I'm going to
Mhm.
say, when it feels like the world is on
Embrace
your
the
shoulders and all the madness has got you going crazy, it's time to get out, step into the street, where all of your action is right there at your feet. See what happens.
How loudly are you calling out these lyrics?
As loud as I can. I want them to hear me, and
Okay.
not my partners.
All right. All right. Well, as I said, as you're approaching this, altercation, you're behind the smaller figure that looks like a woman. She's startled to hear this. She turns towards you, and you see what appears to be Migdalia Valadares, but about 10 to 15 years older than her driver's license photo that you have in your file. Also, her eyes are completely black, like they're all pupil, and her hair is, like basically half white. It's salt and pepper white. She is holding some sort of very strange device, something you have never seen before, something that would not seem out of place to you in a science fiction movie. And she says to you, she yells out, "You have to kill it!" And then, right about that time, the creature makes a grab for her. So we'll see how this turns out for her.
No.
Because she has been distracted by
Yeah, that's
by
almost what
90s
I
lyrics.
wanted. I was trying to see if she was in on it or not. That answered my question.
Okay. So that's actually a really good roll, unfortunately, for her. So this creature leaps at her and grapples with her and seems to have her pinned to the ground. And then she basically got her action being distracted and then telling you, like, hey, help, kill the thing, help. So that was definitely your read on it, was like, she's like, oh God, we must destroy this creature.
Okay, well, it's half the battles knowing.
And you do see, as you have closed, you see the same things I told Judith. This creature is very strange,
Insect
like an
monkey.
ape, but with insect features. Yep. And yeah, a little bit scary. You're not quite in like point blank shotgun range. Are you loaded with slugs or shot?
That was shot.
Okay. I'm assuming like a pretty, high caliber shot, but shot instead
I
of
was thinking I
a
gotta
bullet.
shoot a monster, and I was right.
All right. Okay. So you've got some spread on that if you wanted to, you could probably take a shot the next time without moving if you wanted to, if you didn't want to get any closer.
All right.
But it would be, less damage at this range.
And
because you're not really close.
What happened to the laser being pointed at it?
She has the laser still in her hand.
Okay.
So she might be able to get a shot off before, it potentially rips her to pieces or does whatever it is it's going to do. Yeah.
And this thing has eyes, right? It sees.
It does have eyes.
Okay.
Yes. They're very like red fly eyes, very insecty.
Okay. So it can be blinded. Cough, cough.
So sand in its eyes.
You get to roll sand for me, by the way.
Okay.
Just because you decided to look at the creature enough to like
I'm looking right up at it.
Look for weak points on it.
Okay, I have 64. I rolled a 40.
All right. Okay. So far you're okay.
I don't take even one. Okay.
You may, but not quite yet.
Okay. But wait, there's more.
Yeah. You don't just from seeing it, you've decided, oh, okay, that's weird. All right. So we are back up at the top with Judith.
I'm getting closer for my flashbang.
All right.
It's time to use it.
Okay. So Judith closes the distance and flashbangs both of them. Go ahead and roll me athletics. Let's see exactly how well you do this.
All right. Hell yeah. I got 47.
All right. So you pirouette and release your flashbang grenade. It goes exactly where you want it to, and also you have with this action telegraphed to your friends exactly what you're doing. They know this from working with you before as well.
Oh yes.
So they're able to turn away their face just at the right moment. The two who are engaged, however, are not that lucky. They are completely blinded for the moment. So your flashbang goes off, and The creature makes a very strange roar howly sound. Yeah.
Does the
Unnerving.
creature drop the woman or no?
No, it kind of has her pinned to the
Then,
ground. So yeah, between
but
its
it's blinded. Okay,
yeah, it is
that's
blinded.
that's
So
good
it is
enough.
not happy.
Am I flashbanged?
No, nope. We will say not because you know Judith from from your last encounters with her, and she completely
I see her
telegraphs.
run
She
up, and
wasn't,
I'm like, "Oh,
yeah,
here's
she
what
wasn't
happened."
trying to hide this. She totally just like comes up in front of you and lobs this thing at them.
She's Asian
So you see
flashbang.
her do it.
Yeah, flashbang then shooting. At first,
Mhm.
flashbang.
I think we found your code name.
I duck down and turn away.
Yep. All right. So Mariela, you are not blinded. You're able to look back and see the two of them appear to be blinded. So they're,
Fantastic.
you know, inhibited in whatever ways that might do.
Cool. Am I close enough to shoot, or do I need to move closer?
You'd probably need to move a little bit in order to shoot, but if you give me an athletics check, we'll say that you're close enough to get into a position, you know. Let's have you roll athletics for that.
Okay. Let's do. There we. Oh my goodness, 92.
So no, you get into position, but you see that you're not gonna get there in time. You're trying to get up like, you were trying to get up right behind this creature so you can shoot at it without it seeing you coming. You're in a perfect
Yeah,
position now, but yeah, you weren't there in time to fire.
that was my original plan.
Mhm.
But seeing as how I didn't feel comfortable taking the shot, I still want to try to interact with it in some way, because I think this woman is my hero now. And I just want to say, you like picking on women? Just because I'm trying to do anything I can to have it let her go, because Space Laser is probably our best bet against this thing.
Right. And yeah, you do see that it has like a burn in its what appears to be very thick hide now, by the way. So you yell at the creature.
Yep, I'm going to yell at the creature, ruining
Okay.
my own element of surprise. Although it's blinded, so what does it know?
Right, yeah. I mean, it may have very good hearing now. We'll roll for it when it comes time.
Yeah, I don't know. It might sense me in the sixth dimension. I don't know.
Right. So that brings us to Mr. Sappington.
Oh, I don't want to fire, so I might hit the weapon.
You feel like only on a fumble would
Okay.
you do that because she is flat to the ground. And you can aim your shotgun so that even though it's going to, spread, she's not going to be massively harmed by anything unless you do really, really poorly.
What is the possibility of me running up and trying to free her? Is that possible in a turn or two?
Yeah, you could do that if that's what you want to do. You'd basically have to be doing it by barreling into the creature. That's the only way you'd be able to do it because you can't get there and like grapple with it in a.
Oh, I didn't think it was a suplex or something.
Yeah.
You just want to break the grip.
But yeah, you could go up and like try and just literally shove it off or like shoulder check it.
Yeah, because I don't think that's the kind of guy Sappington is. He doesn't want her to die, despite what he said, since he believes that she's still friendly. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to free her from the monster's grip.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do an unarmed.
Okay. Just unarmed. Do I take a penalty or anything? This thing's huge or something?
Nope.
Okay.
It's definitely larger than you, but also it's blinded and,
Yeah.
you can get an angle on it that it's not seeing you coming.
All
That'll
right.
even out all of those things.
I rolled a 12 under 60.
All right. So you just like run up and shoulder check this thing. And it sort of gets kind of knocked to one side. It does not fall over. That's how, big and bulky it is. But it kind of takes a step to the side and has basically moved out of position and sort of released her. She then immediately scrambles up away from this, horrific being that had her pinned just now. And so she basically stands up and fires is what she does. She's gonna fire her thing point blank at it.
It's been an honor, everyone. My turn to die.
All right. That is a 26. So yes, that
Ooh.
will work. Let's see here.
I'm just a freaking fire laser skill or something.
It seems to function a lot like a firearm.
Okay, so my mind's
Yeah.
thinking laser gun.
So she does 9 points of damage to this thing
Ooh.
with her strange little laser gun, and it roars in pain again, and it then turns and just kind of like, just like it's just flailing, right? And she's real close, so it swats her, and she goes flying. I don't think there's any way she could potentially dodge that. I'll give her a chance though. Yeah, no. So she goes flying and hits a tree.
Oof.
And as she collapses to the ground, she says something about, actually, go ahead and roll me alertness. Since you're right there, Agent Sappington. We'll see if you see what she says.
At 52, I got a 99. I fumbled.
Oh, okay. You see her mumble something that, seems like she's very intent about trying to get it out. As she collapses, she becomes unconscious.
Oh, fuck.
But you don't know what the hell she said. And he kind of like batted her off in a completely separate direction from the three of you, just flailing these gigantic ape arms. All right, and that's its action. It decides to flail around and just hit anything that is near it because it doesn't like that. Now we are back to Judith.
All right. Is the ape still in shooting range?
Yes.
I'm shooting.
All right. It's point blank basically for you because you had to get close enough for well, not quite point blank, but you're very close.
Okay.
So
I got
I'm gonna say give yourself plus 20.
Oh, okay, so 17 firearms. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So tough this armor is.
What does 10 and 10? That's 11?
What was that?
10 and 10. 11?
Oh, yes.
Or 100?
No, 100 is 0, 0, 0, 0.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be all zeros, yep. So 11.
I got 11?
So that is a critical success. So go ahead and do your max damage.
Okay, let me check. So
damage,
pistol is 1d10. I had a 3.
Okay, so 13 damage. And then go ahead and roll me, let's just roll luck. Because you weren't aiming specifically. Go ahead and roll me luck.
Okay.
We'll see if it's good for your bad.
Where is my luck?
It's 50-50.
Okay.
Yeah, just 100. 50-50. Low is good for you.
82.
Okay, so no. So that shot is not as effective as you expect it to be, given that you have just nailed this thing with a well-placed shot, pretty close up. But you did not hit it where it was already burned, right?
Okay.
So it does penetrate, does do some damage, but it looks like it's not as much as you were hoping for, all things considered. Yeah. But it definitely felt it. It roars in pain again. And then it's Mariela.
Alrighty. I don't think that any rational person could not try to fire at that. Even though I may think it's not it's not likely to do anything. It feels like the thing a human would do is pull the trigger. Okay, so I need my firearms or something. There we go. I have a 40 in that. Oh, wow. I got lucky this time. I got a 2.
All right. So that's a success. Go ahead and roll your damage.
And with that, I have a 1d10 damage with no armor piercing or anything like that. That was a crooked dice, so let me reroll one. A 2.
Okay. And then go ahead and roll me luck for that as well.
Okay, roll the good old luck. Why do I have that?
No, there is no luck. You just have 50 chance.
Oh,
on this.
that's right. It's just like a half and half thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just gotta beat 50.
66.
Okay. So no, not only does so your shot hits it, not only does it not seem to do any damage, it just kind of like scrapes past this thing's thick leathery hide. You seem to have pissed it off and gotten its attention.
Good.
It turns in the direction that you've just shot it from.
That's what I, player, wanted. No.
It was what you were going for last turn, so yeah,
Yeah.
maybe that's helpful.
I think she'll just gulp. And
All
Okay,
right.
so what distance away from me is the woman? 'Cause I assume she has the laser gun device.
Yeah, she's a good, 30 feet away against a tree now. And you are just out of arm's reach of this thing, where it is.
So it'll take my turn to grab it.
It would, yeah, it would take your whole turn to like get over there and
And when I saw it fired before, do I have any like understanding of the range? Can I fire it from where I grab it, conceivably, or?
you have no idea.
Okay.
It did look like it was a laser beam, but you also probably know that depending on how focused a laser beam is, it may be less effective at distance. In terms of like if you were actually using it to do something like engrave or something like that.
All right. Am I able to talk in a turn without causing an action?
Yes, you can. I mean, if
I'm
it's a
gonna-
lot, we assume it was actually less. Sometimes Judith, has said a whole speech in her turn.
I'm
which
gonna
we
yell
assume
over to
was
Judith.
slightly more,
I mean, Judith is way
precise.
faster than me, so I'm gonna yell over Judith, get the laser device, and then I'm going to do I'm at point blank range, right, with my shotgun. I'm gonna
Yes.
attempt to call a shot at one of its eyes.
Okay,
Am I allowed to do that, or?
yes, you can. So that would be plus 20% for being so close, minus 40% for a called shot to a very small
Oh, it's
area.
that small of an eye?
Yeah, they're bigger eyes than we have, but they're still a small part of the creature overall.
Okay, so
The
that'll
other
give me-
thing is you could also aim for where it seems to already be injured, and that
Okay.
would only be a minus 20%, so you'd just be straight up.
Did I pick it up that it's burning there? I don't know.
You do see the burned areas on it, and you
Okay.
saw Mariela's shot basically kind of tink off its skin and not do a lot
Okay.
of damage.
Just want to make sure I have this information. I'm just cheating.
Yeah, no,
I'm picking it up as a player, just though would it be a character?
yeah, I think you would. You're very in tune with being able to suss things out in combat. That's why you have your military tactics skill.
Okay, so that'll put me just back at 51 skill then with all the.
Mhm.
All right, I rolled an 89.
Okay, so you try to aim for the burned area on this creature's body, and it turns at the last minute, so you get some pellets into it, but it seems to just stick into its skin, and it doesn't even like register that as it turns behind it toward Mariela.
Oh, shit.
For whatever reason. And then you feel like, it heard you behind it as well, because that's a big boom.
Oh, yeah.
But it has not turned back to you yet, as its reaction was to turn specifically towards Mariela, who had also yelled at it.
I tried.
Yep. So let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and roll something for our dear friend. That's actually pretty good. That's a good thing to know. Okay. And then it's the creature's turn. It is just gonna sort of move in the direction of Mariela, who has managed to piss it off. So it moves over there and it's gonna take a grab at you. Seems like it's not trying to smash at you like you just saw it do to this woman. But it's trying to grab you. We'll see if it can manage that, because it's at a certain disadvantage being blind still, and you can roll a dodge for me as well.
Okay, let us
Oops.
roll this on.
That went off. Hold on.
Nope, 92, and I got a 30 in it.
Yeah. So unfortunately, it grabs a hold of you, and these weird insect pincery, strange like fingery appendages that are on the end of its arms kind of sink into your flesh. It's painful. You don't take any damages yet, but like that's appreciable, but you feel it. It's like, wow, ouch. And it
Yeah.
kind of has you.
She's probably already being like, oh.
Uh-huh. All right. And now we are back to Judith.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the gun, as I heard Richard say, the laser gun. How far I am from it again?
If you wanted to go straight there, you are within the ability to get there this turn with a good athletics roll.
I'm
and get
gonna
it in
do
your
that
hand.
then.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll me athletics for that.
So 70. Oh, I got a 75.
Okay. So you take off and you are basically crossing through this like little, it's not really a clearing, but there's some more space between the trees where they were kind of having their fracas. And then the creature, crosses that space and grabs at Mariela. You are running right behind where it has passed, right? So you're running across sort of the open space to get to where it flung this woman against a tree. And halfway there, you kind of slip on the frosty ground. And so you end up like just short of where you can, get to where this woman is, just by a few feet. But you're prone on the ground, like basically you fall on your face as you're running to get there quickly.
And so there's nothing else I can do.
Yeah, that's your turn because you did not make that athletics check. So that is the cost of when that happens.
Okay.
Is you end up out of position and not quite where you wanted to be.
All right.
All right. Mariela, you are grasped by this creature. Not a place that you want to be, you think. So you can attempt to escape it, or you could just shoot it. I suppose you would be at point blank.
Okay. I think that in her mind, she feels like she's the most present she's been in a long time in any given moment. She's absorbing every detail of this hairy ape, pincer bug things, grotesque features. And I think the itchy trigger finger just starts reflexively squeezing. I got a 29 under 40, so that's good.
Okay, so your normal is 40, right?
Yeah, normal.
And you had even more than that. Okay, so yes, so go ahead and roll your damage. Roll high.
Let us do a D10, please. A 6.
All right. Well, I have good news and I have bad news.
Yeah.
The good news is you are right up ons, and you did well enough that like you have put your gun basically to one of its wounds where it already is. So you're doing full damage. The bad news is that it seems very, very hurt, but that was not quite enough to kill it. So, but now it is Agent Sappington's turn.
Pass the baton to you.
Yeah, I guess I'll just walk up and shoot it with the shotgun.
All right.
Am I able to hit the burn spot where I'm standing? So I assume I'm behind it now. Or...
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So just roll firearms normally, or? All right. Because I'm shooting into the back of it. I don't think I'm going to hit Mariela. I rolled an 18 under 51.
Excellent. Okay, roll me some damage.
I think this one is a 2d8. An 8 and a 5, so 13.
Okay, that is excellent because that is enough to kill this creature. So you just rock up on it with your shotgun, stick that barrel right up close to, the burn that has kind of like sheared along its side, and you just blow a hole in its rib cage, and it falls, and it releases Mariela very thankfully. That was not how I saw that fight going.
Wow.
Okay.
I would immediately check up on Mariela. Are you okay there? I mean, physically, obviously. Mentally is well. That's another matter, I'm sure.
I think she'd just be like, I'm fine. Like, she's obviously still in pain, kind of clutching, but I think she understands that her arms are working, and she's she's going to survive, whether or not she needs some medical attention. I think her interest, though, would rather rapidly turn to this future math wizard, and probably go see if she's alive or still there,
Yeah, I'll
because
go to.
you don't know the rules.
I'll follow them and go towards Judith and the woman.
Yeah, so Judith, you're right near, where this woman collapsed against the tree, and you're able to, as you see the creature fall, get a hold of that cool gun thing, right?
I can't use it now.
No, yeah, I mean, I guess there's no one to shoot it at immediately, at least. And as the other two, kind of close in on your position, you see that, there is blood on the back of her head. Yeah. And blood on the tree where she hit.
I'm going to her to see how is she, like, she hit the tree, but she's on the ground. How is her face facing the ground, or is she like, do I have to turn her?
She's kind of slumped on her side. That way,
Okay.
you like easily grab the gun. So you've done that. You're right up there with her. The other two are there now as well.
Okay, so I'm grabbing the gun and pulling it on the side so it doesn't stay in range of that woman. We don't actually know yet if she's good or no. And turning her so she's on her back to see if there's any activity on her eyes and stuff like that. I don't have good first aid, so
Yeah, me
that
neither,
wouldn't,
basically.
that wouldn't be my business, but
I got first aid.
yeah, let's go.
No
So I'm not
problem.
touching her too much. I'm not trying to make damage.
Don't move her. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's when I'm like, is it okay to move her or not? I'm confused.
Right?
Well, it's too bad. It's too late. She's on her
I
back
got
now.
a 9 under 60, so yay.
Okay, all right. So as you come up to this woman, you see that she has taken a serious blow to her head. You're able to basically stabilize her, but she doesn't wake up. So she is unconscious, and she has stayed unconscious as you try to like make sure her vitals are stable. She's definitely bleeding out the back of her head, so like you make sure that, like, her spine isn't damaged or anything, carefully feeling around. It doesn't seem so as far as you can tell. So you attempt to, like, patch up the bloody spot on the back of her head. You feel like there might be a crack in her skull, unfortunately. So she may or may not be able to further enlighten y'all about all the strangeness. But you do have her stabilized. What do you want to do with her now, as she's not coming to?
I think that she would take some comfort in the fact that she, knows that she's done the best she can and has done decent work. I think the reality of her mindset is she honestly doesn't want to get medical attention if getting her medical attention is going to result in Delta Green trying to capture her and do some other stuff. I think that she has respect for this person in some way, seeing as though they seem to be functioning, despite how everyone was saying that she was crazy. I think she identifies with that as a professional woman who has had to constantly overcome her own, shortness and niceness that people often try to write her off as well. So I think that she's legitimately, like, in awe of this person, but she's also thinking that maybe they're going to disappear in a few hours. So she's like, if I can delay anything happening, she might go to the future or something. And so I think in her mind, she's kind of like, okay, let's take a breather.
So guys,
Okay.
I think our best shot is getting her back to Delta Green, because if we release her to the public, those Air Force people might scoop her up.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that.
agree.
What do you think of that, Mariela, when they say that?
I'd forgotten about the Air Force people, and now I'm kind of panicked.
The only other option is to kill her, and I don't think she's a bad person. She's a friendly. She should stay friendly. I can't explain why she didn't call us for help, but she was clearly trying to stop this creature, which presumably came through a portal of some kind.
I know cell phones existed. Question is, do I have one?
I have one.
The agents definitely do. Let's go ahead and say
Because it doesn't matter
yeah.
if it has service or not. I will be furiously.
Yeah.
Okay. I will be dialing whether or not I have service. I will try to dial the number that was given to me on that note just over and over and over again, holding the phone up, walking around.
You do not have cell service out here, unfortunately. What would you like to do with this unconscious woman right now, in practical terms?
Can we drive the car to there so we don't have to move her by a man force? And if Mariela, since she has first aids and noticed that she was somewhat stabilized, we can put her in the car and drive to a spot that has services, since there's no services where we are anyway, and we can let her in the wood, and we cannot call an ambulance or whatever.
Yeah, no, you can't get a car out to where you're at. If it
Damn.
was, it's flat enough, but there's too many trees and they're too close together in too many places to
So
permit a vehicle.
I can go back to the car and call the number to see what we should do.
No, I'll carry her with us. We're not just gonna leave her here.
No, I meant like to separate,
Oh,
to split up for a second. How far, because we ran to that place, but how far are we from the car in terms of walking?
Yeah, it's probably like, 10, 15 minutes that you went into the woods. It's not super far. You could just cart her back to the car. Mariela has said
Okay.
it's not a problem to move her any more than,
Okay, if that seems
Yeah.
safe, we can do that so we don't split up, like I
yeah.
suggested.
Handler, what about the creature's body? Is it still sitting there? Did it dissolve? Did it disappear?
Well, that's a good question. Let me see if there's anything particular about that.
Because I don't think we should leave that evidence in the
It's very true, yeah.
Nah, don't worry, nobody will go there.
Yeah, I mean it seems very real.
Okay, I guess I would take that laser gun from Judith and try to just see if it will burn it away or something.
Okie dokie. Go ahead and roll me a firearms just to kind of get an idea of like how well you get a handle on that.
I rolled a 20 under 51.
Okie dokie. Yeah, it seems pretty straightforward. You pointed at the creature's body, which is now kind of like a weird mass on the ground. You're able to burn some of it away. You think that it would be more effective if you probably piled some dead branches on it. And
Okay, it's worth a shot. Well, yeah, I'll start doing that because I'm not leaving this out here to be discovered. Or questions will be asked, even if it's weird. It was mangled.
Yep. So you grab some stuff to make sort of a little mini pyre out of this creature, burn its body. You take the unconscious woman who looks like Magdalia Valadares back to your vehicles. Put her in somewhere, I guess, more or less out of the elements. There's still a question of, what exactly happened. You have not seen a gateway. It was off in a different direction from where you went. Does anyone want to follow those original tracks at this point?
What time is it now after the fight?
It is probably getting to 6:30. It's dark now. The sun has set.
6:30 as in PM or AM?
PM. Yep.
Okay. I would be tempted to follow the thing, but perhaps we should call the number first.
Yep. You go ahead and try, and you have bars here when you look at your phone screens, and these are the brick phones. These are the 94 Nokia. These are things that are sturdy. There's a little bit of flickering on your little gray LED screens as you pull them up, and when you attempt to call out, you get basically a bunch of static as it tries to ring through and then fails. So where you are at your cars right here, there's some kind of interference happening.
Guys, I think it's like in the hotel. There's some weird thing going on with electronics. So that would suggest that the portal is still active, I guess, from what my very layman's knowledge of this stuff.
I'm suggesting going to the portal because let's say the monster came out of that. If it's still up, which we don't know, and we don't even know if the monster came from that, what if another one comes out?
Agreed. And then we have this weird weapon thing to use on it if need be.
Maybe we can use it to destroy the portal. I don't know. I'm just
That's true as well. Should be thorough.
stretching. What do you say, Mariela?
As crazy as it sounds, I think I want to get this woman help more than I want to do that. Also, I don't know if it's necessarily the technology fuzziness being anything to do with the portal. It seems like where the woman has been, there's been issues with technology, not where the portals have been.
That's true. I mean, we're separate vehicles. You can leave with her and get her help, and contact her handler, see what they say, and we follow up on the portal, and we'll just look and we'll get the hell out as soon as possible.
That's what I want to do. Is I want to contact Delta Green as soon as possible. Do I know that name?
You don't. No one has
Okay.
said that name yet. But yeah,
I would say
your
I would like to
handler.
I'd like to contact the handler. And she said if we needed help, and I think it's the time for it.
Qualifies. All right.
All right.
I'll lay her down in the bench seat and try to use seatbelts to hold her in place.
Yep.
I'll give her back her. I think very sadly give her back her laptop.
This empty laptop bag that you carried around.
It's a pillow now.
Yeah. Okay. So, and the tracks are still there. They have not disappeared or anything. So you are able to follow her tracks, the other two of you, if you want. Mariela, you're gonna, I assume, slow roll back up this service road and back out to the highway.
Yeah, I think my primary concern is our safety. So I won't gun it like crazy. But gosh, I'll be itching to get onto some pavement.
Before we move on, can I test what you said? Does my phone still flicker weirdly now that the woman is away from me?
Yeah, it still does.
Okay,
once she has left. So.
I'm then still on the trail. Then I want to follow through.
All right. So we'll leave Mariela for just a moment. We'll follow the agents into the woods in the direction you were originally headed. You have the coordinates. You have the tracks. So you follow some fairly obvious tracks of Valadares as she came out here. And what you find is... Let's see.
Please tell me it's young Valadares.
So it's easy to follow path. It's kind of erratic, but it sort of ends at what seems to be a small natural clearing. So as you come up to this clearing, you see that there's a circle marked in the snow. It's like light snow, heavy frost out here. And you see a fairly perfect circle inscribed on the ground with a strange powder. And if either of you have chemistry, you could roll it to determine what the powder is made of. But otherwise, it's just a weird powder that seems to be possibly chemical in nature.
No, I barely have my agent skills.
You do smell what appears to be like a hint of sulfur. So sulfur might be a component, but you know that from the color of it, it's not just pure sulfur. It's very strangely, sort of silvery and weird.
Are there footprints or anything? Like the creature jumped out of the circle or something?
So you see footprints from, the original path you were following, and they go all around this. They go up, up to this area. They go around where the circle is inscribed. Then they go up into the center of the circle, and there's a bunch of footprints patted down in the center of the circle.
Yeah,
and then you also see a sextant just outside the circle at one point. A thermos of coffee, which is now cold, and a commercial star chart.
A star chart.
Oh.
And these are, I'm not a survival person, but these footprints of that creature look way different than a human's. Does it look like a human footprint?
Yeah, no, these look like human footprints.
Okay.
Definitely not the creature. You do see something that might have been a disturbance that would be big enough to have been the creature's, but it's not clear prints. If that was the creature, it was kind of like, maybe it turned about in place. There's not like a really clear footprint. And then you don't see any footsteps of the creature leaving this circle at all.
Mm.
Okay, I'm not really. I would
Yep.
just walk up and with my foot and try to kick the circle away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I was
also
thinking the
see
same.
there are some downed branches, and there are some symbols inside the circle. Do either of you have unnatural skill yet?
Nope.
Okay. You're not able to identify them then. They're very, very strange symbols. Just a few at intervals inside the circle. So you're kicking at the circle to
Yeah,
disrupt it?
I just want to destroy it the best I can.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm doing the same in another area.
Just about kicking it out of the circle.
Yeah. And as you kind of like take in the area, there's a weird smell / taste to the air here. It
Ew.
smells a little like ozone and metal. It's a kind of smell that's also a taste on the back of your mouth.
Yeah.
Is that smell taste? Was it there when we arrived, or did it arrive when we started kicking the circle?
Nope, it was there. You just,
Okay. So it's not a
as you've kind
consequence
of
of
been
the-
breathing it in, it's like, okay, yeah, there's definitely something that's slightly different about the air here. Go ahead and make me an alertness roll. Yeah, both
Okay.
of you can give me alertness.
Rolled a 27 under 52.
Okay,
I got a 72
all right.
over 70.
So you don't really notice this, Judith. You're too busy, looking at the other parts of this particular mystery. But Richard, as you followed the footsteps up, you realize that when the footsteps go back around and then after they go around and then they go into the circle, there's something very strange. The footsteps when they cross the circle are misaligned, and the entire center of the circle has rotated about 30 degrees from what it should be on the outside. And as you look at the branches that are, fallen into the center of this circle, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've been very precisely sheared off the surrounding trees at the edges of this natural clearing where the circle would be. The whole circle, it's like reality just shifted slightly to one side. Go ahead and roll me a sanity check for that.
I got at least one eventually sometime today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 57 under 64.
Okay. That is good because you would have lost more. So go ahead and roll me a 1d2.
Okay. 1.
All right. So you just lose 1 sanity from realizing just how strange this is, that a piece of earth that should be contiguous is now slightly out of place, like a manhole that somebody just kind of shoved to one side.
Do I have any concept? Maybe we have it backwards. Maybe something went into the portal from our world.
You think that Valadaris went into this portal,
Okay.
and that then she ended up coming back out. But obviously something else came out as well. So that's what your read on the situation is. It does not seem, as you go about disrupting this circle, it does not seem that anything is active here right now. So
Right.
You don't see any, sign of an open gateway into the nothingness of non-reality, whatever that would look like. So it does look like it's closed.
All right. Well, then, as best as I can tell about the stuff, I'm satisfied with that. You said there's a star chart. Is anything circled on it that I could read? 'Cause otherwise, I probably wouldn't make sense of it.
It's one of those commercial laminated star charts. Okay. It looks like she was just double checking something possibly. So it may be that stars were relevant.
And a sextant? Was it pointing towards a star, or I don't know if I could tell that or not.
It was probably used to measure distances.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would just shrug at that, and I would pick it up to retrieve it. So it's not laying out here in the woods for questions to be asked.
And what you don't find is a laptop. You don't find that.
Okay.
as interesting as that is.
Did they have laptops in 94?
I think so, but they
Must
were
have been
probably like,
huge or something.
yeah, really.
Massive.
I'm pretty
Big
confident
boy.
that, yeah, but they were chunky boys.
Yeah, big honking things.
Yeah, I just Google and they're not that big, but they're chunky.
Mhm.
The screen is very small.
Yeah. So, yep.
Okay, so there's nothing for us anymore. I'm turning to Richard. Like, I don't see anything else, and it smells weird. It tastes weird, but
I'm sure it'll
I
dissipate
don't
after a
see.
while.
Yeah, I keep kicking the circle to make sure that no more circle. So should
Completely
we
destroy them. Yeah.
join? Should
Yeah,
we
you
join
can.
Mariela?
So now we go to Mariela. Mariela calling into Miss Green.
Yeah.
Once you get to about where the highway is, you notice that you have signal and everything is fine.
Okay.
If you want to make your call there, you can.
Yeah, I start dialing while I'm driving on the roadway, and I think that my instinct here probably is just going to be to keep moving until I'm able to get in contact with somebody and or need gas. I don't want to give people the chance to see that I have an injured woman in my car.
Okay.
So I figure just remaining on the road is the best choice.
Okie dokie. Yeah. So you're driving and dialing a number.
Yep.
I won't make you roll for that. That would be mean. Yeah. So after a couple of rings, because you see that you get like signal, the phone is ringing through, and so after a couple of rings, you hear Miss Green pick up. Yes, hello, Mariela.
Miss Green, that's right. This is Mariela. I have the need of some assistance, medical in nature, but we're going to want to talk about it.
Are you hurt?
No, I have a individual with me. The target in question.
Okay. Wow. All right. Where would be best for me to meet you?
I'm like, there's a Flyers like a mile and a half from where I'm at, so meet me just outside New Mexico.
Okie dokie. Yeah. So you
And
head to wherever that is, and she will meet you in what appears to be record time to you. Yeah.
I
Now,
figure it's like a big truck stop, so things coming and going is pretty normal. I'll park off somewhere to the side. The ones I've been to are like usually pretty big, and there's like I'm hoping some privacy. And then I'll wait, tapping my foot like incessantly, checking the time every few seconds.
Okay, so agents, go ahead and let's have you roll luck, just to see if you don't have to try and figure out how to, contact or meet up with Mariela potentially. Let's see if you just see her, because she was really slow rolling out of there with an injured woman on the dirt track.
Right,
and it's not super far to the spot from your cars where you parked.
I got a 2 under 50.
All right. Sounds good. So you, with your cars, you don't have to be careful as much. So you are pulling out back up the dirt track. You're able to see Mariela pull out onto the highway and turn before, she's gone.
Okay.
Because you didn't do any intense let's spend an hour here trying to figure out the alignment of the stars. So you're able to
that character.
see where she ended up going to, and you're able to follow her if you wish.
Yep, I will notify Judith, then we'll get in the car and go off after her. Probably driving very, very recklessly because I saw an ape insect and I shot a laser rifle.
You did. What happened to the laser rifle, by the way?
I would still be
holding that?
I had it because I was trying to burn the creatures while they waved it.
Yes. Okay. So you guys have a strange weapon and a strange woman. Lovely. Yeah. So you see Mariela pull up at this truck stop. You pull in behind her. Do you guys just wait in your cars?
Oh no, I'm gonna go up and
Okay.
we're all partners now. It was fun and
Yep.
natural.
All right. So, as you pull up, Mariela, Richard and Judith kind of pull in behind you, like a minute behind you. They, I assume, is Judith coming as well? I won't force her to
Yes,
be there.
yes.
Okay. So they approach you, and then it is not long. Like you guys, start to maybe like, think about, okay, how can we talk about this here, or should we? You're kind of just having that thought and that look in each other's eyes. And right about then, a little black car pulls in off the highway and pulls right up to you guys. And Miss Green pops out, and she is she's dressed now like she's going to a rave or something. She hops out and she just heads over to y'all, blaring some tunes out of her car. Doesn't even turn it off. It's very loud, it's very bassy, and she hops up to you all. All right, so what have we got here? What's going on? Hello.
I hope we're not interrupting your party.
No, not at all. This is a good way to, be unseen, is to be seen to the point where you're obnoxious and loud.
Oh, do I have like a read on how old she is?
Yeah, she's in like her mid-30s.
Okay.
But she definitely acts younger when
I was
she
gonna
has
say,
to.
she sounds like she's like a teen.
Yeah, she's definitely been playing up the like, hey, I'm just a gal. These last couple of times when she has met you in public. When she came to you as a doctor in the hospital, she looked much more older and professional, but now she is.
Okay.
So you see that she puts on whatever face she needs to in the moment.
Well, is it okay to talk about this stuff here? I look around.
Yep, as okay as it's gonna be. Be vague yet get your point across, I guess. Maybe turn off your cell phones just in case.
I do so. Our friend here, she went into the woods. She went in and she brought something out with her. Some kind of I guess it was like a bear, we'll call it, and I in quotation marks the bears, and it was a sick bear, and we put it down, thankfully, with the minimum harm to us. But this bear, it hurt her, and we're worried that if she goes to the proper hospital, someone else might take her and take her information. We also don't think that she's a bad person. We would like her to remain friendly, so we were hoping that you could keep her okay.
She kind of like, she kind of leans over and kind of looks to Mariela's back seat, at what you have brought with you, and she's like, she kind of straightens back up. She looks at all three of you. She's like, "Is it just me, or does she look older?"
Yep.
She was out in those woods a long time, it seems. Saw some bad things.
Oh boy, yeah, she's she's not going back to normal life, that's for sure. We may have to witness protection this poor woman, basically.
That's what we're hoping, because she's a friendly. She's still valuable to us.
Are you all good with that?
I think it's what we should do. She was already involved, and I think that her abilities could be utilized. The reason I say that is it was described to me initially as magic, and based on what we saw, we don't have any other explanation either.
All right.
Yeah,
well, how are we doing here on let's say contamination, contagion, spreadingness?
Nobody knows anything.
There was a trucker. I'm not 100% positive that he was on the up and up, but I could just be being paranoid.
A trucker. Okay.
Yes. I was thinking our Air Force friends. They maybe really deep undercover, but I can't prove any of that. It's just the hunch.
All right. I will follow up on the trucker. What about the motel?
Yeah, the trucker was
anything...
he was staying at the motel. He was the only other person there. There was a night attendant who knew her, but he doesn't know anything about this.
Okay. So he didn't get involved with like seeing anything that he shouldn't have?
No,
all right.
He's not unless you told him something, Agent. But he did clean the room. He did clean the room, but we destroyed the evidence first. It appears as though she had transcribed the book that you guys had destroyed. So
Okay.
we got the other copy.
So she had some stuff in the room, written things.
Yeah, we burned it in the
She-
bathtub. We thought it was
Okay,
best in case
all
we
right.
didn't come
Yeah.
back.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's your call to make in the field. I'm sure there are probably parts of, our organization that would have loved to see that stuff first, but I mean, look
I
at what it did to
agree.
her.
Just felt
I
like
don't
a
know. I think
tremendous risk.
that's yeah. I think that's probably for the best.
Oh, and I guess I'll
Yes.
open up my coat a little, and I found this object. I show the laser pistol. Not even sure what it looks like, honestly, but
She gives a low whistle. Wow.
she was hunting bears with it, I guess.
Okay.
Which implies that she understood that it was going to hurt wherever she was going, I guess.
All right. Okay. I will need that.
I hand it over.
Yeah, that's something. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. So, in your opinion, she went somewhere on her sabbatical?
It's almost like she knew where she was going. Maybe she didn't understand the danger, and this bear followed her out.
Gotcha. Okay. So she did the thing.
She
She did the
absolutely did the
thing.
thing. She did the 100% everything.
Okay. This is good to know. Good to know. We will try to take care of her to the best of our ability. If she wakes up, we will debrief her. We'll try to, put her somewhere else.
So there's only one
Where
thing that really bothers me. She already has worked with your organization, whatever it may be, before. Why didn't she contact you? It was right up that alley.
right? Well, here's the thing. What she did, doing the thing, that's verboten. That's not what you're supposed to do, You're not supposed to,
True.
make little side projects of the weird and
I
go
guess I'm
off and play with it like
trying to
it's
think the best of
toys.
her, but yeah, I guess she was reckless. I guess she got her just. I guess that's punishment enough, and I find it way better.
Yeah, wow. I mean, we'll have to, see what her state of mind is like if she comes to, in terms of like whether she could, lead anything like a normal life again. I mean, she did the thing, so she's seen some stuff, right?
Yeah.
Based on what she's seen, I think it's worth interviewing her.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, if we can. If she wakes up. So
She kind of nods towards Sappington, like towards his, the thing that he has in his pocket there, or his waistband, and it's like it's big. She was right about everything.
that is not comforting, but I mean, it's information, and since it is information that exists, it's good that we know it and other people don't.
I think Mariela is realizing how deep she's in, and
Right?
she's starting to panic a little bit, and she doesn't want to be perceived as holding information back. So she pulls out her notebook, opens it up, and rips out the 2 pages where she had jotted down her sort of copy of the map, and she goes, "This is all that's left. It was just some notes I'd taken to find her, but we should probably get rid of
Okay.
those too."
The location. All right.
We also have that big plastic map thing.
A big plastic map thing.
Yeah, it was covering the actual map. There was something over top
She'll
of the
go
map.
with you to your trunk. Take a look at that. Okay, so if you
I don't know how
like
much
laid
use that would be, but
an Arizona map under this or something.
yeah, she had the
Okay,
spots marked.
gotcha. Yeah, I'll take all this off your hands. We're not. It doesn't seem like it's super useful in terms of like doing anything, so that's kind of great. But maybe if she comes to, yeah, we could use it to like, kind of prompt her memory, get
I
her
have
to
to say,
tell us what happened.
I don't know much about your organization. Are your methods going to be humane here with this woman?
I mean,
Is it
as
possible I
far
can
as
sit in? I mean, I'm already involved.
as far as I know, and would be involved, yes. You know how this works, right? Like, you get that I'm your handler.
Yeah, I understand that.
Okay, and there's people above me, and none of us know all the other people. So the bosses at the top, they'll be the ones to decide what happens to her in the long run. But I'm your handler. What I tell them will sort of be how they take it to start with. So I'm gonna go with still treating her like a friendly,
Okay.
maybe compromised, but she already knew things before this. It's just it's a can't go back into the world kind of thing unless, provisos. So I assume that things will be, treated as such. If I hear any different, if that's a concern for you, I can let you know.
Yeah, I'm
But
here to fight this unnatural thing, not human beings.
mhm. So yeah, I mean, can I tell you 100% for sure all the time? No. But I mean, you called me. I assume you trust me enough to try to handle this.
Well, keep in mind you're also quite literally the only person we know in this organization.
Yeah, that is by design. She kind
Yeah.
of grins.
It's quite convenient for you.
I mean, if you have a problem with me, I can always run that
No,
up the
no,
chain.
no.
Eventually, you may get somebody else anyway, or you may end up talking to the bosses directly, Mr. Sappington. Once you've kind of got a little bit more business under your belt here.
I'll be looking
But
forward to that chat.
you're brave.
I just fought a bear.
That's true. I don't envy you, whatever the heck that was. All right. Well, I guess let's get her in my car. As far as like being involved with anything to do with her here going forward, I can give you an update when we next contact you. But of course we have to be careful about when that is. And of course she's talking over the bass boom of her her car speakers as she does all of this with you. It's like, yeah, so there's that. You can't really be involved directly. That's not how this works, but I can keep you in the loop.
All right, I'd appreciate it.
So if everybody's cool with that, let's not linger about. And she looks to Mariela and Judith.
That works for me.
And you get a sense that she's also kind of like, sizing you up and kind of seeing how you've taken the whole of this mission.
Not giving anything away. Very neutral.
Judith's got her poker face on. Nice.
Yeah, but I don't like any of this. I'm getting more and more paranoid, but not showing it.
How's Mariela doing?
I think she's rattled, and I don't think that anybody, even a casual observer, would think that she's okay. But I think she's also very proud of herself. I think she feels like she's done something good today, even without necessarily knowing what that was or if it's true. So I think that maybe somebody, it's like someone who came home from, some kind of conflict or something where it's like they're all right, but they've been through it, and I think that's on her face right now.
Hey, Mariela, if you need something, you let me know, okay? This number's not gonna stay active, but I'll get in touch with you by another means. That if you need to reach out, you can, okay?
I
And
appreciate that.
the same
Thank
goes
you.
for all of you. Maybe an email address, something, not, not constantly you can get me at any hour type of thing, but that I'll check. And that way, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, we can address them in a safe and secrety way.
Yeah, sounds good. Let me know if you find $800 lying around. I could use $800. She kind of smirks, but in a joking, not joking kind of way.
Why? What happened?
She goes, I've been taking a lot of time off work. I'd rather not get evicted.
Oh, okay.
You'll get some FBI consultant pay, don't worry.
Hey, there we go.
He goes, oh, right. Yeah. She's like breathed a sigh of relief. You can see she's kind of like, she's smiling, but like kind of coming down from like a mental
anxiety high point. You can see she's kind of like, okay, yeah. That's right. Yeah.
I think it's fair to say
Excellent.
we're a little beyond friends at this point. If you need something, I could always help. Feel free to ask anytime.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, there are
Yeah, she-
definitely perks too, as you can see, to being able to do this above board. You'll have to think obviously of what you're going to tell your bosses. I'm
Oh, that's
assuming
right.
you're
We
gonna,
have to.
yeah,
I almost forgot. That was
say that she was not found because she really can't be.
no.
And
I think I'll just go with that. A bear got her.
alrighty. I mean, you do what you have to there. But yeah, I'm going to take her. I'm going to go. We will try to keep you as under the cover of your FBI jobs and potentially, Mariela, something that you can logically be used in as we can. But there may come a time when that doesn't fit or work. And when that happens, you'll have to be even more careful in terms of like how you go about things and who sees you and who knows about you and what you leave behind. But we'll try to keep that off in the future a bit.
He nods and contemplates that. Realizing that she hasn't talked to her family and friends in a while. People are blowing her phone up, and she's like, "Yeah, I am gonna have to figure that out."
All right. Well, I will see you all again, hopefully not too soon. And she will take Valadares and head off. And that, I believe, is where we will end it for now.